Yeah.
Exactly. All right, you are live on audio now. We should be
Planned
up.
too much.
Too much. Say less, Hob. Say less.
Okay. That's hard.
Much.
Yeah. Wait.
I know you can't
Already failed.
plan too much. That's 3 words. Much planning.
Too much.
I'm too much.
Hello,
No,
everyone.
still 3 words.
Welcome to Blue Box. All of our fans out there in Twitch land, thank you for joining us tonight, all you mad chatters. Hello, I see all of you in the chat. How does our audio sound tonight as we're
It's
getting
Amanda
started?
in the back.
You hearing us all nice and clear, hopefully? Should hear some. Sounds good to you, all right, Boba? And you should hear some
Boba.
between
Who's
tracks.
Boba?
You should hear
Relax.
some
Actually me.
subtle music.
Wait, somebody said boba? I literally, I had.
What do you mean, Lord Forth? No, it doesn't sound good? Or it probably means no, you're not hearing us, in which case, that's a trick question. Hello, Jay Birchfield. Jordan, hey, you let us know, Mr. Sub of 43 months. Gosh, I didn't even realize I'd been streaming that long.
Yeah, seriously.
We're coming up on 4 years this year. That's incredible. Because he would have been my day one. So he would know. You can't hear? That's not possible.
Yeah,
It sounds good, Jay Birch. All right, so
the stream.
hey, no, there is no joking right now, my friend. No. That's funny.
Is it the same Ninja Link? Sorry, before we stopped.
You got it. There should be a new one in the Greyhawk Awakening chat.
In our chat? Okay.
Yeah, you do. There.
Yeah, August 2019. That's crazy. We'll have to do something for 4 years this year.
When did GHA start?
Turn 4.
GHA started like a year later, maybe a little bit more.
Oh, it's been 3 years.
Because all I was
Jeez.
doing when I first started streaming, I streamed some of my family games.
Oh,
and then
Rory,
I had.
you weren't there on Friday.
Oh.
Because John totally called me out. That's when we were talking about
Yeah.
how we've been playing together for 3 years,
Yeah.
because there was like, he gave us little like snippets of like the background to our character, and like, so we get to the scene and you're supposed to like say, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. So I'm reading my backstory and I was like, okay, so I admit whatever part of my backstory, and then he's like, he looks at you and he tilts his head and he's it's as if he's looking for more, and I'm like, the fuck is he looking for? And I'm like trying to scan, and John's like, OOC, Vivi's trying to figure out what I'm asking for. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm like-
what I want to make clear is, like, I just told the chat, I told everybody who's watching, she's not role playing right now, everyone. She's trying to figure out what I'm asking of her. This is like
3 years of playing with John, and now he realizes that my confused face. I was like, what is he talking about?
That you purposely picked a druid from a place that you had no clue about, so you could play that you have no clue about.
Thank you for the resubs, all of you. Much
Smart.
appreciated.
I still remember you asking, Rory, how long do you think we're going to be playing this for?
Honestly, in the very beginning, I was like, oh, how long do you think this campaign's going to be going for? And then like 3 years later, we're still here.
All right, let's go. I'm going to go live so everyone can be seen and heard, and we should have a much more manageable volume happening here for the transition as well. And as we flip over, let me get the right one here. Not that one. Not that one. We want.
It's all
That
thanks
one.
to Demon
Here we
Boone.
go.
Thank you, Demon Boone.
Wow. He's had nothing to do with this, literally, but that's okay.
The whole Tailspire aspect.
We really wanted to test you and your skills, John, to see how well you could manage the Tailspire with 3 different things going on.
Granted, one of the splits is just in the next room.
Exactly. Yeah, hey,
Just
guys.
in the next room.
Hey guys, sorry about that. That was something else funky is happening now, because that actually switched audio inputs briefly there. It should be all right now.
John.
Everybody sound okay? I'll play that. Yeah, let me play that. I'm going to play that effect. It shouldn't do that
Not
to
you,
you.
John, other John.
Hang on here. We'll get all this. Yeah, it sounded awful.
Wait, what
okay.
did I miss?
Hold on. I know why. Everybody stopped telling me it sounded awful. I know it sounded awful. I know what happened.
sounded
but
awful,
let
John.
me do it again. Yeah, it
Oh
should.
shoot, we changed your thing.
It should sound like Godzilla, but it shouldn't sound like that. Let me try again and see if it switches the audio inputs on me like it just did.
Ooh, we added that art quick. What the-
Yeah, that's what it should sound like. It did a weird thing when that other audio clip played. It switched to a completely different input and it doubled up the volume. So that's not the way that was
I
supposed
see
to
it.
sound.
No.
I see my art in the corner.
Is there new art?
Make
Yeah.
it bigger so I can see it.
Okay, all right. We have art to start the show here.
I've been waiting for like 2 weeks.
I'm
Like, this is-
delaying.
it's been
I'm
awful.
delaying.
I
Oh,
remember
that
that.
art.
That.
Yes, I'm going to show that on stream. Yeah. Okay. So
And I'm going to tell you something. As much as I harassed Hob, it was not sent to me. So
Yeah, at all. I was like,
I did not see it at all.
all right. So let's.
I'm
It's
dying.
it's like a bad night to debut character art. So most likely you'll be enjoying this character art for the next 3 hours, and then it'll be done. But let's go ahead and show it. This is the new and improved Rizia, and this shows how bad book 2 has been for Rizia. You remember what she looked like before? She had a little bit of a smirk on her face.
Yeah, look at her.
This is Rizia now.
Look at big girl.
Very, very unhappy. This is her full body art.
Freaking-
Check this
Love
out. Look at that. Oh my gosh, those arms. Yeah.
Creepy girl. That's
She-
nice.
she's
Look at
I
all
her.
right.
always picture her huge because she's an orc. I mean, she doesn't just lose that.
Wow.
because
No,
she-
no, no, not at all.
Wow.
Yeah, she's still equally
That's
as
messed up.
beefy.
Oh,
Heck
look
yeah.
at Halcyon. Mm.
She can like
She's like-
hold you.
She's
I feel
literally
like-
holding him, being like, "Shut up."
I feel
Yeah,
like
thank you,
Kelsey
chatters.
had a
I know
mustache.
what happened. So there's a compressor on each scene that has been moved. So I'll double check that as I switch scenes. But thank you for letting me know. That should all be fine now. So that is Rizia, and she looks very upset. And look at the golden axe she's holding. There is
So
Halcyon.
good.
Yeah.
Looks
And
fantastic.
then fun fact about the background is that was my depiction of the bridge, like right after all hell broke loose.
Yeah, it's super cool. You can see the
Alongside.
broken part of the bridge there, and yeah, Hob.
Yeah.
Let's a round of applause for Hob. Bravo, bravo.
No.
Thank you.
As
thank
I
you,
often
thank you,
say,
thank you.
I love
Best
Doesn't matter.
character artist
Shut
in the
up.
business.
Sexy, sexy man. Relax.
Okay, all right, we're gonna get started here in just a moment. I'm stalling. If you can't tell, I'm stalling like crazy.
You're stoned.
I am not looking forward to tonight. So we'll talk about why that is. Yeah, incredible art. She's amazing. So she does all the character art now for Blue Box. She's done all of book 2. She's redoing art for book 1, and we're already working on art for book 3. And that comes back to what Vivi was saying. Vivi, 3 years later, you and Rory and Josh, part of the original Greyhawk Awakening crew, and you were testing with Rory. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Is that for the DM?
Thank you, Tracy. It's all for Rasmus.
Food
It's,
Anaho has none. Give it all to Anaho. That was.
So you got
That's
five
what it
Anaho.
says. Yes, that's what it says. You get 5 + 1s in Aho.
Oh, thank you.
So as we get started, let's go ahead and let's do a what happened last time. But first, actually, because we'll go straight from that into the game. Let me say thank you again to everyone that participated this week. We had an incredible weekend. The St. Jude charity stream raised over $25,000 for the greatest charity on planet Earth. And the generosity was incredible. The games were incredible. Every DM did a fantastic job. Each stream played their part, and we had an absolutely unbelievable game on Friday night here on Blue Box. The role play was off the hook. There were many who called it the best one shot they'd ever played in. The character development, the story, it was really, really fun. Then Sunday, in our Tears of Arid game, we ran our regular TOA stream, but did it during the charity, and over $5,000 came in over that 4-hour stream. And just thank you so much to everybody that took part in that. And all of that went through Tiltify to St. Jude's. We're super, super grateful. All right, as we get to tonight, tell us what happened last time.
Vivi, that's all you.
Vivi.
Why do you guys always point to me? First of
Because
all,
when I do it, it's bad.
Because
not-
you're the smart one.
Oh, I'm the smart one. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
welcome to the group.
I thought Rory
Yeah, it
was
just
the
shows
smart
you.
One. Dang. What happened last time? Last time, previously on Greyhawk Awakening, I'm pulling this out of my rear end right now.
Watch your language.
I didn't say the ASS. The
She can
group was
spell.
still running. Shut up! From the huge golem of some sort. As Rasmus and Rizia head in one direction, the rest of the group run into the other direction. We fought Rizia again shushed Halcyon a bajillion times because of his lack of help to open the door. He seems to know and remember things, but never at the moment that I need him to. As she tries to slam the door, and sorry, I forget your new name, Akira. Akira and Anaho and Valfino move up into the building where they find a bunch of spiders, and they attack and fight those
Yes, we do.
use. We figure out the password, which apparently I said, but was missing one word.
Yeah, you totally.
Yo,
missed
passwords
that.
are so funny that way, aren't they? It's just crazy how those.
It's
My man
'cause
was
I'm
like, I don't
Canadian,
recognize
that's
that
why.
accent.
Yeah,
What is
no,
it,
that-
Duke?
that
We don't
was-
say that here.
That was racially motivated.
Yes, as Rasmus is actually able to open the door, instructing Rizia to haul ass and get into the building. Just when we think that the building is safe and secure, we all decide to challenge both DM John and our wonderful Tailspire John into splitting the party 3 ways. Not 1, but 2, but 3 ways. Anaho and Rizia head upstairs towards and down a hallway, in which last we left, Anaho had triggered off a trap. Some sort of fire trap as Rizia stands at the end of the hall. Rasmus, and who are you with? Valfino?
Yep.
I was at the
Rasmus?
time.
Rasmus and
Val's with you.
Valfino
Yeah, it was
were,
Rasmus and Val.
trying to figure out this spooky girl who needs help, apparently, who's apparently nice. But
She is nice.
And they actually shoo off Akira to go off on her own to go search a separate bedroom, in which I can't remember what you found in there. There was scorch marks on the ground as well, weren't there?
Yeah, it was like a sign of like someone just kind of like disappeared like in flame. There was like ash and whatever everywhere, and then I think there's some sort of flame monster that came out, so now I'm dealing with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So
Okay, good.
we last left off with Rizia and Anaho facing death and Akira facing death, and Rasmus and Valfino
It's
maybe
fine.
making a new friend.
Hey,
Or death.
This is fine.
I don't know, either or.
Okay. All right.
Anaho's always fine.
So very good. So we're going to set the stage, and then we're going to get right into the game tonight.
Great.
You all know what you have in terms of you have a couple of potions that you'd received previously from the chat.
We could use more.
Reminder to the chat that anything that's given, and so any bits that are given in terms of like +1s and whatnot, those can be implemented immediately. Anything that's done on the order of like full heals and things like that, that's DM discretion, cannot occur after death. So if something like that should
So
occur.
give it sooner than later.
No,
right?
no, hold on. But and also, but to be clear, we already have a full heal potion in the hands of Anaho, and of Rasmus,
Rizia
and of
and
Rizia.
Rasmus.
Yeah. So each of them already have one. And so we can't stack any more on top of that. Once those potions are used or consumed, they could be, but I want everyone on the chat to be aware that that's already in their possession. I also have realized, I know why that audio is switching. I installed something that is, so if you guys give me 1 minute, I'm going to switch to audio USB things. That'll fix that from happening during the stream. And while I'm doing that, Hob, I would like you to tell us about your new website. We will get the person who did that for you already gave me the link. We'll get that all switched over this week. But Hob has a sick new website. And talk about that. And I don't know if you can say anything about the project that you worked on last week for TLG, even like high level. Just talk about stuff that's going on in your world for a second, Hob. And then when she's done, if I'm not back yet, let's just go around quickly, do socials for everyone. This should take me like 30 to 60 seconds.
Hey guys.
You may have a quick audio cut out at 1.2.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, now that the adults are gone, I have a website. My girlfriend Mona had made it for me, thank God, because there's no other way I would have been able to do it by myself. But it's in my bio link now, and then that you're able to get your commissions and everything that way instead of having to go through Instagram and just be muddling up my DMs and everything, and I can't find people, and it's just very disorganized. Mona was able to, fix it for me. So it looks really, really nice. I take no credit as far as making it. It's all them. And I think we even have like a conditions,
That's great.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So good. So good. Love it.
so Mono worked really hard on it. But
Okay.
if you guys ever want commissions, that's where you can find it.
No.
Absolutely, and please support the artists. And Hob and I had a really good conversation. I don't want to talk too much about it, but there's a lot that's going on with artificial AI-based art. And it's something that it can be extremely controversial. It's also a nuanced topic. And Hob and I had a conversation about this a week and a half ago that I thought was super interesting. And we'll probably at some point discuss this on our Lore Masters Arcanum. But one of the overriding themes that we have here at Blue Box is support to the artists that help us. And so we definitely love getting the art from Hob. We love the music art that we get with the painted minis from people like Manda or Art of My Disney. These folks who create this incredible art are definitely people that we want to support and stay invested in. And Hob, you're top notch. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Shut up, Josh.
All right, crew. I can stall no longer. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started for tonight. And whatever happens, happens.
I'm stoked.
Reminder, we do have the special Rexy. No, Amanda, I will not stop drawing attention to you. Asking me to will only cause me to draw more attention to you. No, she's awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Did I say she was awesome? You're awesome. So we have Rexy now, who appears anytime there's a level 5 hype train. And then every time we hit 100, I'll have a different dinosaur that walks the bottom, much more subtle than Rexy. This one stays on for the rest of the stream. I think I had a raptor on Sunday because we were like 120 for most of the stream. Tonight, should we get there, I've got something fun to share with everyone that will hit for the rest of the stream. Party. After months of travail across the land in Greyhawk, beginning with our Book 1 compatriots who left off in the town of Hamlet as it had been destroyed. Many of those that you loved and knew well slaughtered in the most brutal fashion. This is not obviously for the Book 2 folks, but for the fans of the show. Nailed in some cases, or hung from a tree in the center of the town of Hamlet. Buildings burned, the deepest of tragedies, which concluded that sequence of Book 1. Not the book in and of itself, but those chapters. Now Book 2 has gone on for nearly a month in game time, as the party slowly whittled down to the lone remaining member that bears the glyph, Rizia. And her companion through all of it, though he bears not the glyph, Anaho. And they are in Shadewall, this keep at the very, very peak of the Raker Mountains. It has taken them weeks to get here of travail. They have lost loved ones and friends along the way. Once they got inside, as already expressed, the party spread out into 3 separate sections. And I'm going to go ahead and on my screen, I'll switch over to mine, John, just for a second to kind of show this. So if you're looking, you won't see this on your Ninja, guys. This is me showing it through mine on the stream. You have inside the keep. Let me pull this down here. I got the wrong spot. Grab. So you have here Rasmus, and he is speaking with the ghostly young lady. Behind him, we have Valfino standing sort of in between where he's at and the stairs which lead upward. And then behind this door inside the room is where we have Akira facing the creature that she identified emerging from the fireplace made of flame. Up on the second level is where we have our additional party members. Let me pull the slide up. We have here Rizia, who's actually, I have her in the doorway. She's actually standing right there at the edge of the doorway. She was peeking around, which is going to help her in a moment when I roll damage for the fireball. And then we have here Anaho, who was walking toward this door. He heard a click. This was a delayed blast fireball. You know all of this now because, well, it's okay to know now. And the delayed blast fireball was a trap intended to draw the rest of a party in. So if you had interlopers here as they came in, it wouldn't trigger immediately with the first one, but perhaps might allow the first person to walk past, the second, the third, and hit a larger group. That did not happen in this case, but you do know what did happen. And so as we begin tonight, I want to say thank you to all the players for being with us. Good luck to all of you as we begin. I will play this as straight up as I possibly can. And so we begin Greyhawk Awakening, episode 105. Anaho, as we're going to replay this just briefly, as that click happens, you freeze for a moment. You hear Rizia's heavy breathing at the end of the corridor, and she asks what that was as you freeze, and then suddenly the blossoming of this flame, it bursts through the corridor, and Rizia, you pull yourself back from it. As this happens, I need each of you to make a reflex save. And I think I had you do this, but I did the wrong saving throw. You must do a reflex save DC 27. Reflex save DC 27. That is
easy boys. Let's go.
I was like, Rizia, do you even have a reflex high enough to overcome that?
Yeah, but she's got
No.
coverage.
Now she's got faith and trust. Let's go.
5 plus 1 is an advantage, right?
Come on, 28.
correct. 5 plus
41?
1.
You got a
Okay.
41? That's incredible.
You rolled a 6, Rizia, plus 1. Okay. Okay.
No, I rolled a 9 plus my reflex is only plus 5. So
No, it's not 1,000, Pat. It's spell level plus.
DC.
Yeah. Thank you,
don't-
Rob, for the gift.
Sheesh.
All right, so here we
I don't know
go.
if this matters, John.
Yes.
I did get an 18, and I do have a plus 8 to my reflex save.
That's
So,
26.
It is 26. I used my 5 plus 1, so I used an advantage.
And that
Sorry,
gave
that's
you the
18.
26. That's included in
Yep.
the 26.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what
I mean,
that-
it makes sense. You're literally standing on the detonation spot. So a reflex save would
Oh,
be
look at
very
all those
challenging.
dice.
Yeah, this is actually, it's more than this. It's 15d6.
Part of the game.
And so Delayed Blast Fireball is a 7th level spell. And so you have to be at least 13th level to cast. This was put in by a 15th level. So here we go, 15d6. Are you at full hit points, Rory?
I mean, you'll find out soon enough.
At
Wait,
what point do you
why-
think we would be at full hit
Well,
points?
because
Do I have
I don't
some
think
kind of reflex?
because he didn't fight anything outside, did he?
Bro.
We'll find out. We'll
I
find
don't want to
out.
roll this. I don't want to roll this. Okay, here we go.
Come
Don't
on,
lie.
all sixes. Come on, all
15d6. Here we go.
Josh, you're next.
Josh, stop.
I know. Oh, I know.
54
die.
points of damage as the fireball.
How much?
Now, Rizia, you take it. So the way your save was going to work, if you missed it, it's half damage anyway, because you expressly were covered, concealed halfway behind that wall. So worst you were going to take is half damage. Had you succeeded, you would have taken no damage getting back in time. So you take half that damage. Rizia takes 27. Anaho, you take 54 points.
Oh my.
Even
As
with the
this-
save?
What's that?
Even with the save?
You missed the save.
I had 26.
27.
It was a 27.
Oh,
Yeah, so you missed it by
there's
one.
54?
It was a 27. Yes. Are you still conscious? Are you still alive?
Heck yeah, I am.
Okay, boom, as it explodes. We're going to cut down to you, Akira. You hear this explosion above. The halls rock, the ceiling rocks, and even as you're walking past the front of this fireplace, you see the fireplace blossom. I described last time these red hands, tendrils coming forth. As you look over, you feel the blast of heat coming at you, and you see this monstrous creature emerging from the flame, itself made of flame, and it is going to attack. We're going to roll initiative, Akira.
Great. Oh, God. Where are my dice? There they are. All right, guys, everybody pray.
All right, D6. DM has a 4 on the die.
Come on, baby. Big money. Big money. And 3.
All right, I have initiative. So 2 things happen. First, as the creature bears down on you, the heat begins blistering your skin almost immediately. You see an ominous-looking face clad inside the flame, blackened eyes that pierce through the billowing fire. But then out of the peripheral vision, you also notice something else. You see a wall of flame goes up just outside the doorway. So you are now trapped inside this room as the wall of flame burns behind you, and the creature descends.
The door's still open, though, right?
Oh, yeah, the door's open, absolutely.
Nice. Any other doors open? Or are there any other doors at all?
No doors open, but remember, that was why you went in the room in the first place. There was a door on the opposite wall that I described,
Nice,
but that
could
door
lead
is
to nothing.
closed, and, who knows what the condition of that door
Yeah.
is. So,
We're not even going to risk it.
Come
I mean,
on.
it could be the way up, but who's to
Risk it.
say? We're going
Risk it for the
straight into
biscuit.
the fire. Nah.
all right.
I just got here.
Here we go. I'm going to roll everything on the screen tonight for these attacks so everyone in the audience sees all of it. As the fire elemental, and it's large. This thing is well over 16, stands nearly 20 feet tall, looming in the room, and it claws down at you twice.
No.
Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, they can't see the dice on the camera on that mode,
20.
John. Can you go? That's one flaw we have there.
Hey, yo,
20.
wait a
You've got to be effing kidding me.
Can
Wait, hold up.
Can you guys? Yeah. So there it is. It's my
second.
first roll
Hold
of
up.
the night.
Wait a minute.
Is a
Something
nat
right.
20. You have got to be. I'm so glad I rolled this on the screen.
Oh,
All right, we're gonna roll the confirmation on this now, and remind me of your armor class.
Gosh.
Nat 1, bro.
What is your?
You've gotta
Remind me
be
of your
effing
armor
kidding
class,
me.
please.
Oh, God. I forget how to get to that again. Please, someone. Oh, wait, never mind. Shut
Main
up. I did it.
screen.
21.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm just gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna metagame this more than I normally do. Hello, thank you so much, Troll Lord Games. You have raided in just in time for the
Hello.
carnage.
This is gonna be a short.
We
game.
appreciate you joining us tonight. This may not go terribly long. My party is in the foreboding keep of Shadewall. They have split in 3 different directions and set off 3 separate encounters simultaneously.
with a nice little ghost girl.
oops.
One of them's a nice little ghost.
One
girl.
of them is a nice little
For
bit. That is
sure.
true. That is true. All right. So all it needs on the die is a 6 to hit. It's got. So you have the 21 armor class. It's plus 15 to hit. So as I roll here, let me pull the die over where you can see it on that screen. There we go. Here we
What
go.
he's so big for? God.
And it's a 6. Oh my gosh. That is a critical on the first strike. And now we'll go ahead and roll the second attack before I resolve that. The second attack is
Bruh.
Demon Goon, help.
okay. So
Get rid of the
you are
monster.
hit
Just delete it.
twice.
No.
Let's resolve the critical. So we're gonna go percentile dice on this to resolve the critical. Here we go. Oh, that's not bad. That's not our first good
18,
roll. That only an 18. Okay. All right. Good.
Could be
Okay.
worse.
Good. It could be
Good.
much worse.
You're at
Okay. All right. So
right, Akira?
as
He
the
dumps
first
water on
claw,
himself.
that's only
Yeah.
triple damage. As the first claw comes in, you feel the blistering heat searing your skin. As it claws through you, you take on that attack.
Little money. No money.
Yeah, little money. Change. Absolute cents. No dollar bills.
Shekels.
Shekels.
Oh my God.
Canadian
You
dollars.
take 48 points of
I mean,
damage.
nothing.
Excuse me?
48 points of damage.
48.
That's 48 too many.
As the
sir.
flames come through, blistering your skin, searing your armor superheats. I need you to make a saving throw. This is going to be a DC. Hold on here. Not too terribly bad. DC 18. Reflex save to avoid catching fire. If you catch fire, you will be burning every subsequent round. And then on the second strike, which also hit you, that's not quite as bad. You take 12 points on that one. So you took a total of 60 points of damage.
Oh,
Are you still conscious?
yeah, I'm still here.
Gosh, dang.
All right,
Toasty, but I'm here.
we're gonna resolve.
Yeah.
We're gonna resolve your action before we go up to Rizia and Anaho. What are you
No,
gonna
fine,
do,
go for
Akira?
Oh,
I gotta
God.
mute myself.
God. Well, I'm more purple than what I was when I came in here. I don't think reaching
You
out
look
to
up-
I don't know what is my God gonna do? He's like, you're an individual. Go. Like he's not gonna do anything for me either. You go, girl.
I believe in you.
Honestly, yeah. But like, okay, so I got hit, right? He smacked me.
Yes.
I can still run, right? I mean, I'm still up.
You can still run. Now, if you run, that provokes an attack of opportunity as you well, so you could do no, I'm sorry. If you choose not to attack, if you choose to, you can disengage, so that takes your attack round, and then you get your
Yeah.
movement round. So you would not provoke. And also, don't forget, if you have bits, in this case, you have, let's see.
10.
You have 10, yeah, so you could use a half action.
Yeah.
So you could actually disengage and do a full sprint, which would give you 60 feet. If you
65, because I have this thing
Oh,
where
that's right.
I get to ignore 5 feet.
All right, so well, if you get the extra 5, you'd actually get 70 feet. So you could sprint 70 feet if you use 7 to get another half action of your existing bits. You will not take an attack of opportunity because you used your full action attack to disengage. But I'm presuming then you're running through a wall of fire. Is that correct?
Yeah. But hold up. So within that span of time, would I have time to do lay on hands on myself? Just saying.
Lay on hands is a swift action. If you're going to burn the half action, I will allow you to do that. So what you would do is, as you step back, you disengage from the creature, you call upon your god, that would give you a lay on hands as a swift action. Then you use your 7+1s to give you a half action. That gives you your full movement. I will allow that. That is the benefit of this half action economy we have from our viewers.
We gonna do that.
By the
That
way,
seems
all the
like the
viewers,
best
how is
option.
the volume? How is the combat volume? How is the microphone volume? Let us know. No, John is not being nice.
So-
Trust me. Good, thank you.
I do have a request. So once I make it to the double doors, I understand there's that wall of fire. Before I continue the rest of my movement, can I at least discern which is the safest direction to continue before just running right into the fire?
Yes.
I'm assuming this is all happening really fast. That's why. I'm like,
Actually,
you
no.
know?
I'm going to say no. You're going to be sprinting out there in a. So to your right of the door is where the doors were that you came in, right? So if you run through that door and head right, you're going to run into a wall basically. You know that Rasmus and everyone else are to your left. You know that straight ahead takes you across that huge opening colonnade where the door was to the other side that Anaho came in, where the golem was.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'll just run straight through that fire.
You're going to run straight through. All right, so go ahead and roll your healing first of
straight
all.
through it. Oh, okay. Oh. Dear God, it's me again.
You run forward. You could feel the flame behind you, the flame before you as you're sprinting. Your god gives you speed like you've never known before. Tritherion giving you the grace and rapidity of your movement.
Ooh, 10. That's it, but it's something.
10 points of healing. Okay. As you hit the wall of fire,
oh God.
you try to shield your face, and I'm going to have you make a saving throw.
I do have a full mask on.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Is that for the DM? Oh, for Akira. Oh, you got 5 back, Akira. Let's go.
Nice. Let's use that to save myself.
All right. So roll D20, please. Add your reflex bonus.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm going to roll damage while you're doing that. And Anaho, we're coming to you and Rizia next.
29.
Okay, so you dodge through, you do manage to cover your face, you take half damage, you take 12 points of damage as you rush through the wall of fire, bursting out the other side. Did you ever make the reflex save to see if you caught fire? I didn't ask you that.
I don't even think I rolled for that.
Yeah, so go ahead. Go ahead and roll for that. That's a reflex save, DC
Shika, shika,
17.
Okay, where's my reflex again? Okay, so 19.
All right, so you did not catch fire. You come bursting through the wall. As you hear the creature, it turns and comes towards you. And now we're going to come up to you, Anaho. As this flame detonates all around you, I need you to, anything that is leather is burnt and destroyed. Anything that is paper and was anywhere, anything other than in a metal container or a bone container is destroyed.
Oh no, my bolos.
Your hair is burnt off completely. You have no scalp hair. You have no eyebrows. You are blackened soot. As you stagger out, your skin is blistered. You can barely even concentrate with the searing pain that covers your form. Rizia, you pull away. You see the blast of fire. It shoots out of the hallway like a projectile, goes 30 feet into the hallway. Valfino sees this cascading over his head. You, Rizia, when you turn back around, you see the entire hallway is smoking, and there's a blackened little soot-stained form about 2 feet high, cringing in pain. What do you do?
Rizia almost instinctively wants to step into the hallway, and then she remembers what Anaho said to her, signaled to her just before the fire came. So she just waits patiently for Anaho. All right, Anaho, what are you doing?
So my armor is leather. Is that gone also?
Let's. I'm gonna roll a. I'll roll. You go ahead and roll. Roll D20, please.
Okay.
We're going to make a saving throw for your leather.
Okay. I'm going to use the blue dice here. I'm guessing it's going to be a 7. It's a guess. It's it's a 9.
It's a 9 on the die. And that's not. Is that magical armor? Does that have a +1 to it?
No, it's just regular leather armor.
It's non-magical leather armor. Your leather is crisp and blackened. It starts cracking away from your body, where it has been, all the moisture, everything has been wicked from it, singed and burnt.
So if that's the case for that, my bow was wood, I'd imagine. My arrows also. My sling also. My hide armor that I had on. My leather studded armor that was in my pack. I have my 2 magical daggers left. And your
bow survived. Your arrows, 15 of them are destroyed. You see, some that were sort of shielded by your body. Your body took the brunt of some of it. Those arrows were salvaged. Your sling, absolutely cindered.
Okay. So I take this quick, it doesn't take long, inventory of my remaining items, basically my bow, arrows, 2 daggers, and a vial that I had in my pack. Feeling the immense heat boil up around me and inside of me, I look where I'm at, as I regain awareness of this hallway, and I see down the hallway, and I'd imagine in this moment that I don't see Rizia quite yet, not knowing if she's still there, hoping that she understood my signals, and I am going to, with every bit of strength, because I have no pack on anymore, the potion in my hand, I'm going to run with all my strength to the end of the hallway and hook left where we came from.
All right, so you're running back toward Rizia.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and you're gonna run back toward the stairway. All right.
Well, I'm just gonna stay right there. I'm gonna hook immediately around the corner because I'm in such agony that I'm gonna stay there.
All right, that's gonna be 30 feet of movement, and I'm gonna say in your condition, you know, this just happened to you. Your skin is blistered and cracking. You do your best to sprint, but you're hobbling as bits of your flesh are flaking away. You come around the corner, and Rizia, you see Anaho as he comes around. He is absolutely just covered head to toe in soot. His skin is blistered. His hair is gone. His throat creaks as he tries to speak, and he basically staggers to your feet.
Rizia is gonna try to scoop him up and take him down to wherever last she saw Rasmus.
Okay.
When I come around the corner, you do see, like John said, but you do see me holding that vial, and my throat just.
Oh, so if that's the case, then Rizia will definitely just help him kind of sit to the edge of on the wall there and then aid him in drinking that potion.
Okay, you try to swallow. It's very difficult to swallow. It burns as it goes down your gullet, and we'll come back to the two of you in a moment. You, Rasmus, as you hear this thundering explosion up above, then you hear a blossoming of flame. You look to your left, you see a wall of fire that is covering the door that Kira had just gone through. You hear her let out a battle cry, followed by the sound of burning and singeing. You see the wraith-like form that stands in front of you. Ghostly eyes go white. Oh, hi. Well, friends. You were trying to speak with her. You had just begun to make connection with her. You could feel this is something you had never done before. It was like a puzzle. You could feel it clicking in place, but the moment that explosion happened, she yanked back, and now you're staring face to face with her.
Hug her like her father never did. Do something. Heal her.
John, I don't know what you want from me. I am sitting here with anxiety through the
Take her
roof.
fishing. Do something.
I don't want you to do anything.
Rasmus, feeling that tether pull away, not so much sever. He'll put away the last bite of hardtack into a side pocket and reach out a hand to her, his right hand. Hide. It will be all right.
As you do that, you see she starts to reach out her hand, and then her head snaps, and she says, "Oh no! Oh no! They're coming! They're coming!" And with that, you see she turns, she flees straight into the wall and vanishes.
He's going to look towards where Val is. Val currently had yelled up to the second floor, or a stage whispered up to the second floor. And Val's there. I'm going to look to the door on my right.
As you turn to look at the door on your right, there is no need for a perception check here. As you turn to look at the door, you see the doors fly open. And as the doors fly open, you okay there, John? Hold on, let me switch. John's getting his spot set back up.
I'm using the new cinema mode. I'm having a fit.
No worries. As
It
you
was all set up, and then I touched it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay, I promise.
As you
Help
as
that
you
we're all in
turn
different
Here it goes.
areas.
Yeah.
Here it goes. Okay. I'm good.
no, it's okay. As you turn to your right, you see the doors fly open, and there are two of the most macabre looking
kidding me.
women you have ever seen. You recall one of them looks somewhat familiar. These Sisters of Infernal Night. You have seen them before. One even called you at one point the Son of Darkness. Clearly, they have come running with the sound of the explosion. But the one that stands next to her, a bit taller, her habit a broader shock of white. She holds a staff in one hand and she floats several inches above the floor. Where the other's face was simply pallid, this one's face has chunks of rotten flesh that are drooping off of it, and she clearly holds an air of authority. As they peer at you from the doorway, you can feel the waves of malevolence and evil coming off of them. And yet, it is the simplest arch of one brow, as though giving admonishment to a recalcitrant student that puts the chill down your spine. You are nothing more than an insect to them. All right, let's go to Valfino. Valfino, what are you doing?
Cool. Yeah, Rory, so what are you doing for Valfino? You're muted.
So Val can't yet see them, right?
No, but you can see Rasmus. Rasmus is sort of right. You see he's staring at something. You hear the doors as they open, and you see Rasmus' eyes go wide. He takes an involuntary step back.
So I will. Is it loud in the room? I know there was just this explosion went off. Is it now like it's quiet, or is it still?
Oh no, there's the sound of flame. The fire is burning off to your left. The explosion is no longer, but you hear the gasp of Rasmus. You hear the footfall of Akira, her armor slapping, or her boots slapping on the stone as she comes rushing out.
Okay, so what Val is gonna do is try using what sound still remains to mask his footsteps. Being careful, understanding how to move, and move straight towards the skirt of the stairwell.
Okay.
Seeing that Rasmus has obviously seen something that he doesn't like. Not knowing if it's going to come out or not, but using that wall as coverage to hopefully surprise something.
Okay,
that
all right.
does
So
come out.
all right, got it. So you run to that wall.
Yeah.
No check need be made, and you still have a full attack action. Is there anything else you want to do? Anything else you want to prepare?
If I got that, I would like to hold my action for whatever comes out and shoot it.
All right. As you do this, please make a perception check.
Okay. Let's get to Val. Okay. Perception 17.
17 on the die. Okay. As you run over, you have the hair on the back of your neck stand, and you glance over your shoulder. As you glance over your shoulder, you look up at the stairway that you're just now running past, and atop that stairway, you see another. There is a sister who stands coming out from this direction, also following the sound of the blast, and looking down the stairs. She has not, from what you can tell, seen you yet.
And I have no movement left, right? Because I'm holding that action.
I mean, you can still move, but I'll let you react to this. You see this as you're running to that wall.
So in that same 10 feet, just instead of being closer to where Rasmus is, I would want to be closer to the corner of that stairwell so that I'm more covered on both sides.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so then you actually, seeing that, you move to that covered wall, which puts you in that spot. All right, gotcha.
No,
Okay.
Still holding the action, though.
All right, Rasmus, What are you going to do? You've really not taken an action yet, so we're going to let you decide. You hear Valfino come running. You're unaware of the sister on the upper part of the stairs, but you do see Valfino run to the wall and react to something. You hear the footfalls of Akira behind you, and you see these two sisters staring straight at you.
Okay. Rasmus. Oh. Rasmus will put his hands outward in supplication. His hands are visibly shaking.
You put your hands out in supplication, and are you making a diplomacy check here? Are you doing is there any die that you want to roll associated with this, or are you simply role playing that you stick your hands out in supplication?
The Son of Darkness has come. My companions have aided me here. I wish to know what that means, what I am. As he will let a little bit of Rasputin slip. As it'll go up the side of his neck, his eye will turn black, and a little bit of smoke will rise from his right side. That's it.
You see the Mother Superior. She looks down at the other and she says, "Kill him. We will take the being." And we go to initiative. DM has a 3 on the die.
Okay. Reminder, I do have initiative.
Chatters.
I do have an initiative bonus with my character.
Okay, so you have a +1 to that roll.
That won't help. That comes out to a 2.
Total, so you roll a 1 on the die. All right, they have initiative. The first one steps forward, holds out a hand, and I need you to make a saving throw. This is going to be a will saving throw, DC 22. This is coming from the lesser sister.
Will save. Okay, 22. John, I sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't. I'll check.
In Discord. Just something. F me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use 5 of my +1s to become a advantage.
All right. So using your advantage on the saving throw.
Will save. Okay, that's a 27.
All right, 27. As this spell comes out at you, see what looks like black smoke that shoots from her hand, coiling like serpents. When it strikes you, it shakes your whole body. You feel a sense of a vile contagion, not of the body, but of the soul. As it hammers and it rocks you back, you avoid a horrible outcome. The best outcome that you could have gotten is what you got, and you are paralyzed for 1 round, and you are weakened for 3 rounds. Your strength drops by 7. Your strength drops by 7 for 3 rounds, and you are paralyzed. You will have no action this round. As you freeze, you see the other nun. She slides into the room, floating past you. She takes one look. She surveys the room, and let me make the perception.
Did she come into Val's?
Yeah, she came
vision?
into. Yep, she did. She came into Val. So we'll let Val get the delayed action. But let me see what she's doing. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Val.
Okay. So that's sneak attack, right? Because that she don't know. She don't know what she don't know.
Roll your sneak attack.
And I got to
Stealth.
roll to hit, right?
Yeah, roll stealth first.
And-
Make a stealth check first, and then roll. Yeah, because you're trying to
Stealth check or
sneak. What's that?
To hit or to
No, so you're gonna make a stealth check to see, because you were a good 20 feet away, so you're coming down that wall. You weren't, like, if you were right here at the corner, that would have been a step. You're coming down a 15-foot wall. You know, you got to keep your footsteps quiet. You're trying not to be seen, and you're literally parallel with her. So that's going to take stealth.
So I was thinking I was just hunkered down by the wall because I went over there for coverage from both.
Okay, so
Does
if
that
you
make sense?
Well, yeah, but remember, you told me you wanted to come into this area of the wall to avoid the nun up above. So you weren't. Did I
So
misunderstand?
as I'm moving back, she's appearing on the other end.
Right, you're here. You've come here to avoid the other nun. Now she comes forward.
At the same time.
Right. So now you're going to make this travel here. If you had stayed in the spot you were in, that wouldn't have happened. You're making this travel here. So roll that stealth check.
Okay.
Thank you so much, all the Mad Chatters. So Tracy, 3 for Rasmus, 2 for Anaho. What just happened? Somebody's camera went out for a second.
I'm going to use 3 of my +1s on this. Or Val's +1s.
Okay.
So on the die, that's 6 on the die, plus the 3, that's 9, plus stealth, so that's 17.
17 stealth. All right, I'm going to make an opposing perception check. She does not see you. Her eyes are focused on Akira as Akira goes running across the hallway. She holds her staff up in the direction of Akira, just kind of motioning dismissively at Rasmus, who's standing there helpless and paralyzed. And Valfino does manage to get next to her. Roll to hit.
Okay, so I'll use the other 5 for advantage on this roll.
Okay.
That one's
Thank you,
tough.
Mad Chatters. Very much appreciated.
Dude.
Remember, this is not the DM's fault.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys.
It's all right. And we're going to come back to you in a
That's
second, Akira, as soon as this one's done.
That's a 15 to hit.
As you step forward, you point your dagger at her. It's just cloth. It's just a robe. You feel like you should be able to strike. As you swing at her, you feel a barrier. It kind of turns your blade away from her, or some sort of magical aura that turns your blade away and does not strike. All right. As we come to Akira, the other thing you see the Mother Superior do, she holds out the staff, does the Sister of Infernal Night, but she looks up to the one standing atop the stairs that Valfino saw, and she says, "Go, get him." And you see that Sister Valfino turn and run the opposite way down the hallway and vanish.
Vanish as in like out of sight, or like as in like poof, disappear?
As in like ran
teleport.
down the hallway and vanished.
Okay.
Like
Gone
clearly,
forever.
clearly,
Don't tell me these things can freaking teleport, because I swear to God.
clearly going to get something or someone. She's been told to go get something or someone. All right. Akira, you come running out in flame. And even before you look around, you just have the sense that as bad as you've had it, your comrades have it no better. You come skittering out into the hall. So you had a good 70 feet of movement. Yeah, that's going to put you right about here. You're sort of in the middle of the hallway. You have a good angle on everything. You see both the nuns. You see Valfino as he sneaks up behind the one and attempts to stab but fails. You see the other one standing in the doorway casting. You see Rasmus as he's frozen in his spot, and you can barely see Anaho and Rizia, as they begin to stagger down the stairs, Anaho is still clutched in Rizia's hands. Anaho, you are healing, but that's going to take a round for that healing to take effect. It's not like it's instantaneous. So as you've consumed that potion, Rizia, you're carrying him down the steps. You see his flesh knitting. His hair is not regrowing, but the burns are sloughing off of his skin as the power of this healing potion, most powerful, is healing the outward burns of his body. Akira, what do you do?
Okay. So I've been thinking, and I have something called Smite Evil.
Yes, you do. It's the most important ability any paladin has.
Yeah, I've never been a paladin before, and I'm just now learning how important this is. So,
by the way, I should mention, you do hear the bursting of flame as the creature that was in that is pursuing you. It's not there yet, but you can hear it as it's coming through the doorway behind you.
oh yeah, for sure, but like the least of my worries.
Fair enough.
These nuns, though. So am I able to see like the head evil nun, the one with the stick?
Yes, in fact, she is right past that pillar. So if you look on your screen here, I'll highlight her on the screen. Whoops, I'm on the wrong one. She's right here, and she is standing right next to Rasmus. In fact, you see her because she sees you. She's holding her staff out directly at you.
Great. I'm gonna point at her and I'm gonna smite her.
Very nice. All right, so that's a swift action for you. You call upon Tritherion. You feel a connection settle up between the two of you. His power lighted and focused on her. You automatically get an increase to your armor class, which is equal to your charisma. Your level now is added to your damage. On your first strike of this creature, if you hit, you will double that damage, and your to-hit bonus is also increased. So it should all happen automatically in your RPG Scribe app.
For sure.
Now what are you going to do?
Am I supposed to roll for it now?
Well, no, you don't have to roll. The smite happens.
Oh, I don't?
You don't roll anything. Smite just happens. She is now under the but nothing happens with that smite until she attacks you or you attack her.
Understood, but I can still do stuff.
Yeah, it's a swift action. You've done nothing to take. So she's standing about 80 feet away from you. So a full dash action would get you just about there. If you had the points to burn and you took another half action, you could do the full dash action and attack. Let me see. You do have 8. So you can take advantage of that if you want to, but you'll burn through 7 more.
I think I'm gonna use lay on hands on myself again, is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right, and are you going to move at all? You can still move if you lay on hands.
Can I lay on hands twice?
No.
Instead of move? What?
No.
Okay, fine. Where's the safest place to move in this building that's away from all of these people?
Well, that's a kind of a meta question, right? So can't tell you where the safest place is. As you look around.
No, I mean within view.
So the doors are behind you. There are other. There are
out the front door.
There are other doors.
Door. I'm gonna leave.
There are other doors to your right.
Just a question.
Tritherion has told me to go.
So you're now released from your sworn oath to protect the Anaho.
Tritherion was just like, hey,
that was
listen,
brief.
You know what?
He's in the door.
He's like, I'm coming.
Akira, what are you gonna do?
She's gonna after that smite. I mean, she's gonna at least make her way towards that area. Maybe not turning her back towards them.
Wait,
just because she's no good to this group if she's dead.
I'm sorry, to which area? To the front doors, to the side doors, to the opposite?
The front doors, the ones that we came out of.
Okay, all right, well, if you do that, you will still be in her sight, right? That's a direct sight line. So
I can't like move right next to like perfectly where the column is, just to like.
You can try, yeah. Is that what you want to try?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, all right. Well,
annoyingly, just right out of sight.
All right, well, let's see here. Let me give you an alternative view here. I think this will help you. If you look, I'm going to shoot this shot behind the nun. So you're here. This will be easier for you to see. And you'll have to look at your Twitch screen because John is looking at it from the opposite. But that'll work. You can actually look either way. So the nun has a straight view of you here. If I pull her Let me grab this. You're going to see it. Whoops. Wrong. It's fighting me. The door is right behind that, so you would still be in her sight. If you want to run to your right slightly, you can try to get behind that pillar, but that would take you away from the doors.
We'll do that instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah, we'll
move.
do that.
Okay. All right. So then you're going to move. You run to the pillars and try
Not
to.
to the pillar, not to it. Just I won't be in its way. I want the pillar to be
in line.
A pillar between me and this chick. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
As you turn to run, I did have initiative, so as you're running, she is going to release the spell that she was preparing, and you are going to make a fortitude save, and against her, this is going to be a fortitude save DC 28. Now, you get a bonus to your saving throws because she is the subject of your smite, so make sure you're looking at your updated fortitude saving throw with Smite Evil on.
There it is.
Yeah, so we use RPG Scribe to manage character sheets for people that are asking. It's kind of like D&D Beyond for this system. It works quite well.
Oh my god, that's perfect. That's one above her AC. That's a 29.
You roll so you roll the 29? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't need to 29. Okay, as you're rushing toward it,
thank God.
you feel bonds begin to restrict you like ropes, invisible ropes that wrap around your arms, and you hear the soft but iron-strong voice of Tritherian, as you've heard so often before, whisper in your mind, "No," and the bonds disappear. Rizia, let's come to you. You see Anaho healing in your hands. Do you carry him down the stairs further, or do you put him down? What are you doing?
I'll put him down if he's starting to heal.
He is.
Rory's like, yes, put me down. And from her pack, she will also take a potion as well as they're descending the stairs.
Okay. All right. You can descend the stairs and consume the potion, so you may do that. All right, that's going to get you as you get to the base of the stairway, you can see Akira hiding in one corner. You can barely now make out Valfino to one side, and you just see the robes of the other nun that I mentioned. This is all kind of simultaneous action. As she's vanishing down the hallway, you see her robes flutter off in the distance. What do you do? You can take another. So quaffing the potion would be your attack action. You've done your move action. If you have a swift action, or you can call out, or if you wish to use 7 of your +1s, which I believe you have. You do. You can take another half action, which would give you additional movement, or you could do a range attack.
She doesn't see me up there right now. She's looking so far at Valfino in the corner, correct?
I mean, she's not looking at you. You don't know if she's aware of your presence or not, but she's not looking at you.
She kind of scans the room and looks around. She's going to look at the front door.
Okay.
She's going to try to beeline it out that way.
All right. Rizia, you turn and you begin to run toward the front door. And that will be, are you taking a half action to do that, or are you just expressing your intent? Because your extra movement would come next round unless you're burning a half action.
I will hold it for now. I'll just, I don't want to use it yet.
Fair enough.
Just in case. We'll see what happens.
All right, party. We go to initiative again then. On the die.
Whose turn is it for initiative?
Do I get my full health back now?
Yes, you're healed at the end of this round, Anaho. Again, your hair is not healed, your items are not restored, but your hit point damage is healed.
Yeah.
All right, DM has that's not good, a 1 on the die.
Who's rolling?
Josh last time, so we're going to roll around to you, Rizia.
Okay. Is it a 1?
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 1 as well, so.
Yay! I'm teasing.
Don't.
Okay. All right, DM has a 6 on the die this time. You roll back-to-back ones. Not good. Okay.
Getting rid of that one. Goodbye.
All right, the nun. Let's see here. The Mother Superior. Thank you so much, Chris. Okay, and you. Oh, I have a +2 to initiative. I will definitely use that next time. And the DM has only 4, so I don't have much else I can use right now. Okay, the Mother Superior now. Let's see. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Does she pursue Akira? No, she turns to Valfino. Valfino. You see she turns, she holds out her staff towards you, and as she does so, there's a bolt of blackened electricity that comes shooting out. I need you to make a reflex save DC 20. See, it's on the staff. Hold on. It's going to be a reflex save DC 24.
Ooh. I want to say I have. Val should have like a rogue feature.
Yes, improved evasion. Does Val have improved evasion?
Oh, it might help if I'm under Val. So I'll go ahead and roll, and I'll keep looking. Sorry. I don't know if it matters. I got a 1. I got a 1.
You got a 1 on the saving throw? Oh, yes, it matters. We use...
No. I mean, the improved invasion, I don't know if it matters anymore. I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, and the nat 1 matters as well.
Yes,
because that's
yes.
so roll again. I need to see if you fumble the saving throw. That's effectively becomes then a crit.
Another nat 1.
Did you really? You rolled 2 nat 1s, Rory?
John, you saw me roll my character for the next book. You know what I roll like. John experienced it
firsthand. You got 5 more +1s.
Okay.
Valfina, you have 3 +1s.
All right, thank you, Chris. All right, so I rolled...
Uncanny dodge is what I was trying to think.
Yeah, uncanny dodge. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. That's so DM has a 32 on the regular damage roll, but now I have to roll percentile dice. This just became a spell crit. When you fumble a spell save, it becomes a spell crit. I've always stood by the notion that if you take a lightning bolt, as an example, which is ironic that this is a lightning bolt because I use that. If you take a lightning bolt to the eyeball, that's going to hurt. So on the die, 22. Not bad, not bad. All right, so that is going
22 plus 20.
What's that?
Is it 22 plus 20?
Oh, that's right. So it's a 42 that it comes up to on the. All right, hang on here. While I'm pulling this up, Rasmus, you are paralyzed. You are seeing all of this happen around you. You're going to come unparalyzed this round. You lost your attack last round. But I'd like you to tell us what you're thinking or feeling or seeing as this is all happening around you, and you, for the space of about 6 to 8 seconds, could not even move.
Honestly, he's tunneling inward. He's looking inward, and he's seeing the people around him he's journeyed with for a little bit of time, and he cares about them, but he cares more about Rasputin. And as he looks inward, he's just... I'm sorry. I do not want you to go back to this. I know you do not want to go back to this.
You have, as you know, almost never heard him speak since this fusion. But you can feel something you've never felt from Rasputin before. There is trembling. There is trembling, and you instinctively know that he knows he will be used and turned into something utterly horrible if he falls into the hands of these creatures, and he, even in his shade form, is terrified of what they will do.
Rasputin, I know you do nothing but aid me. And I've tried to give you a pleasant time. I've tried to give you a life along with me to see the beauties of this world. Aid me now. Let us both live so we can continue this. I don't want you to be alone again.
Okay.
I don't want to be alone again.
Well done. Excellent role play as always. All right. Let me pull up the crit here. I got so many tables. All right, that's a 40. That's a level 4. All right. Valfino is blasted with electricity. First of all, does Valfino survive 62 points of damage?
No.
As in, doesn't survive or doesn't remain conscious?
It doesn't survive.
What would that
survive.
would put Valfino at a negative what?
Oh, that would put Val
Negative
at
40 something.
Yeah.
Negative 40 something.
Val was already badly damaged.
He's at 25, yeah.
You see Valfino slam back against the wall, body illuminated in electricity. As he sizzles, smoke starts coming out the top of his head. His armor chafes and sloughs away. His whole form writhes and shakes against the wall. Eyes go wide. The whites burn from the sockets. You see flashes through the teeth. Lips curl back in a rictus, a cry of pain. And then thunk, body slumps to the ground. One of the arms cracks off like blackened charcoal and rolls on the ground. I think it's a good spot for a break. As Valfino's body collapses to the ground and the nuns move forward, Rasmus, you cry out to Rasputin, and you feel him with you, pulling, pushing, yanking desperately, almost like think of a feral caged animal with its or even like trapped, its leg ready to gnaw it off to escape as it knows the danger that it's in, and he pushes against this. Akira, you huddle behind the pillar. You slough away the flame, the bonds that tried to constrict you, and even as you cast, you feel the healing coming upon your body. You are feeling the power of Tritherin. As you come around the corner, Rizia, you see Valfino. You hear the blast of electricity. You see his body pinned to the wall, vibrating and shaking, the smoke coming off him. Nothing that you can do in this moment. I will let you all think about how you want to roleplay and react to this. Blue Box, we'll go to our one and only break tonight. We will be right back.
But the party won't be. We'll be dead.
It's not.
Right, guys?
It's not done yet.
It's not done yet.
Right, guys? It's not over yet. That's when my character.
He still has like 4 of us to kill still, so you know.
Oh yeah.
We all still have our turns left, right?
I am not. Stop that.
I got another.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know what to say, guys. I have so dreaded this all week long. You're not done. I mean, the party is not dead. It is.
Not yet.
It is just. It's bad. It's bad. You know, it was multiple triggered simultaneously, and you're in the heart of the enemy's lair and headquarters. But the bits are making a difference. They are helping. This party has yet a chance. I'm not sure Rory has a chance with Becca when she returns. I'm not sure I have a chance with Becca when she returns.
Yeah.
This could get. In fact, I think. Greyhawk Awakening next week, there might not be a regular stream. It might just be John faces Becca. And we'll have, 2.5, 3 hours of that. John Demongun, thank you so much. By the way, I noticed you're having the same thing. Something wonky happened with one of their updates. When you come back to your cursor, it drops you underneath the water, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it didn't do that before.
It's been doing that to me today, so I think it's some update they pushed out or something.
Well, it's specifically when you have a different window focused and you click back. Usually I click the middle mouse button.
Gotcha, yeah.
And that does it. So if you left click or anything other than middle mouse button, I think you're okay, but now I know.
So Rob said, I have 3 months to figure out how to apologize. Yeah, I don't want to see her in person, Rob, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Look, I'll just say there are things that could happen. There are things. Whee! All right, just give us a few minutes. I'm going to go up and get a coffee. Everybody, when we come back, we're going to do a bit of role play with what has just happened and sort of your recognition, and then we'll resume the combat.
For sure. I don't know why, but John's saying Valfino's blasted. I don't. It makes me want to draw Valfino blasted. So that's what I've been sitting here doing.
It just made me think of It's Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
I just started blasting.
I just started blasted. Yeah, that's where my brain went, and I don't even watch it. Gosh, I'm gonna go get a kind bar because John's not being kind.
He's not here, so I'm gonna say it. Like, being able to say your head starts smoking and sizzling, like, you only get to say that so often to players, you know? You gotta really lean into it.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is my third character.
And he's being so nice. If the DM is like, how many hit points do you have before he gives you a damage number?
Oh, he gave me the damage
kid
already.
Kid gloves.
Yeah.
No, upstairs when you were in the hallway, he's like, are you at full health? You don't need to know that information, officer. Just give me the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was done. It was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gosh. Well, in better news,
I told you Anaho would survive, though.
Yeah, I hope Anaho is the only one to survive. I hope Anaho somehow is the only or even better.
He's gonna be.
Like,
he's gonna survive.
No. Like a Han Solo and Chewbacca exit of Anaho and
Rizia?
Akira. No, and Akira.
Akira, yeah.
The disciple of Anaho, and they leave this cursed place,
That'd be
and
great.
they now have a story.
Akira writes the fan fiction.
of course.
Just like, it's not even happening.
I was gonna say Anaho survives, and he's like, "Screw it, I'm going back to the Underdark."
Yeah, that's better.
Give me those drow back. Akira, come with me. We're going back to those.
Come on, she's like, all right, wherever you go, I go. And then that'll be it.
Unless you don't go upstairs.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, what good is she if she's dead? So, think about that.
Good point. Valid.
Right? Valid?
Also,
Right?
hopefully, when it comes back around to your turn, Anaho, you can be like, "Hey, I didn't get to go last turn." So
Yeah,
you can
really,
hopefully
it's just
take
gonna be
some
my movement, though.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Like, at least you get a little bit more movement added.
Yeah, I'd just be next to Rizia at that point. It's like,
Hey,
I mean, I
that's
could
better.
smite evil.
At some point,
What?
wasn't she carrying you?
Yeah,
She set him
she was
down.
carrying me and then set me down, and then she took a potion
Oh,
and she went, and then that's where my turn was missed.
Skipped.
Yeah, he's got a lot. He's got a lot going on.
Purposefully skipped.
So much to
because
juggle.
it's not hard enough already. He's like,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat them out of action.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But he could smite evil.
Well,
But it's no joke. It's no joke the way I roll. Like 5
yeah.
years, and I'm to the point, Josh, that I'm like, do I really keep playing D&D?
Yeah,
Because
same.
someone could probably get me loaded dice, and I'd still roll a 1.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
You gotta banish that D20.
It's just Rory.
it's just me.
It's
that
just
junk in
Rory. It's
jail.
the saddest thing. He is the Will Wheaton. I don't know if you
what
know,
that
but
is.
That's
Will Wheaton
unfortunate.
has a curse. He cannot roll nat 20s. He only rolls
I got
nat
that
ones.
reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did
Thank
not.
you. Demon
Oh my
Lord.
god, I have not
At
been
least one
using
of you
any of
loves
my
me.
attack bonuses. Shit.
Yeah, of course you haven't, because you're derp.
I forget. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
looked
if
at
someone
my
out
character sheet.
there-
There's nothing I can do.
If someone
There is.
out there has like a great reference to dice, aka loaded dice,
I think you need to wash your hands in the Gary Gygax font. Like,
Font?
you can go to Gary Gygax's either home or his grave, and you can bless your dice in
That
a
a
dice
thing?
bowl that he
is
has.
that an actual thing?
Yeah. No,
That's-
like actually.
I'm gonna Google that. I
Do it. Do it. Try me, John.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I
Bless
ain't gonna
my
do that.
dice in Gary Gygax's fountain.com.
Yeah. .com.
No way.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, send it. I really want to go to GaryCon. That I was going to go in 2020.
You have to go to Wisconsin though.
Yeah.
That's right next door to
like-
me. I'm in
And
Minnesota.
that's so cheap. Like the Airbnbs out there are so cheap.
Dude, he
Like
has
I look at
that's because you live in
Airbnbs for friends to
California.
visit in LA, and it's redonkulous.
People are like,
But yeah, I'm
even
sorry. It's not a
DMV?
font. It is
A
a
sidewalk?
stone, I guess, a sidewalk
Yeah.
piece.
In front of the Riviera.
Yeah, that's where
What is
the
that?
Gary Con originated. That was where the first Gary Con was, and has continued to be there since.
Lake Geneva.
Yeah,
The heck is Gary?
like I love it. I love it so
Definitely
much.
not gonna do that, but
I want to go to Gary Con so bad.
if
You
someone
ever find
definitely-
yourself there, I suppose.
You know, Josh, it is literally like just hours away from me. You could just come over.
I want to
That
go.
silence of like, mhm.
Yeah. I picked up on that too, John. And Vivi's only a couple hours north of me.
So we could all fly to your place.
Yes.
And then we all go over to Gary Con.
We have the rooms.
And then all go over to Gary Con.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm still not going to do the blessing of the dice thing.
Bless your freaking dice. Wash your body on that stone.
Just hose him down. Have him lay on the
Just
sidewalk,
hose him
just
down right there.
Rory, I can't believe you double nat whatted
That's
that
like an
save.
exorcism. That's like a
Yeah,
that's like a
no,
bad dice
I'm
room
ready
exorcism.
to exercise Rory and his.
How many hit points did Valfino have again?
25.
25. Okay, so the base that should have been 32 hit points. That was a 32 hit point. I rolled it on screen. Everybody saw it, right? It's doubled for the fumble
a
because it
crit.
becomes a crit.
Yeah.
That's what made it. The double ones made it.
So what
the
he's saying is
64.
your nat ones killed Valfino fully.
Yeah.
Not,
find it
not
damage.
John.
That's exactly what I'm
his
saying.
damage.
What's that
Okay,
attack?
I'm gonna go get a
What's
kind
that
bar.
attack,
Sorry.
mind you?
So what John is saying is that when your wife comes home, you cannot blame John for
When they bring it up in court, John does not have to be subpoenaed.
I legally am relinquishing my. Still feel like
Well, hey, let's
mean,
look at the
at
good
least
side,
he's out
guys.
of his misery.
Has everybody felt like the audio's been okay tonight? We made a bunch of changes and tweaks that caused
it
one of the
again,
problems
John.
earlier, but I think we've got it all dialed in. Did it
It does
again,
not
John?
look like it.
I thought for a second, Robert. I thought you said do it again. I was
Okay,
like,
so-
Robert,
so-
don't you dare!
So
insult
that
me."
transition should be completely turned off. So we heard nothing on our end. So everything monitor off. I'm going to delete these transitions entirely. So we will have no more transitions when we go from those scenes. I'll just reset all those up. So I'm very sorry for that. But other than that, no, I can't turn all the audio off, Pat. Yeah, we didn't hear it on.
Need to hear us.
Yeah, so here, let me try that again. That should be gone. Prepare yourself. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, all right. The rest of the game, wait, was that loud again?
Oh, a lot of people are saying
It's
yes,
wrecking
it
them.
was.
Okay, hang on. Hold on, let me delete that. There's no transit.
My ear.
We're gonna have to figure out what that is. That is so weird. Okay, well,
Do it again. Do it
everybody.
again,
I
Savannah.
warned you. Please take your ears away from
he
for a
did
second.
give you a fair
Yeah,
warning.
I'm warning you. Like, please take them away for a second. And there should be no transition happening here. It should be nothing.
Streamlabs is like, you're gonna get.
Yeah, you're going to get a transition whether you like it or not. Oh, it won't let me.
Yeah.
It won't let me delete and say there is
Wow.
none.
Yeah, I just unmuted. That is really loud.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm partially deaf.
All right. I'm going to do it one more time, guys. Last time. I'm very sorry. Hold your headphones
Here we go.
away. Last
I'm with
time.
you guys.
It should not give us that transition anymore. There we go. All right. So I've just deleted them
Yeah.
all. We will reset all of it. No, I'm sorry. Please don't bounce. We got it all fixed. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's some weird slobs thing where it's forcing those super loud transitions. They don't respond to volume controls. It's stop it, Toriano.
I just recreate
Okay.
the audio sources or something.
Yeah, I'll try recreating everything and we'll test it. Okay, so as we return, thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. And we have one party member down. We have the remaining party members. We have Akira running toward the front door. We have Rizia, who's preparing to run toward the front door. We have Rasputin and Rasmus, who are struggling inside the form of one man. And the DM has one initiative, which is what just created the death of Valfino. As we get ready to come back, I want to remind everyone tomorrow night we do have a special LMA. We're going to be joined by Matt of Feralborn Trading. Really cool guy. He's got all kinds of... that is not true. Stop that, Toriano.
That's not his name is Michael. So.
What did I call him in my head again?
Yes.
I hit it. So Michael. Gosh, I keep doing that.
I was like, wait a minute. That's
Well,
not his name.
it was funny. Like the first couple times I called him that, he didn't correct me. So I kept calling him, and it was only when I put the flyer together, he's like, John, I didn't want to tell you, but my name is actually Michael. I'm sorry for correcting you. He's that nice a guy. And I'm like, dude, you should have told me.
That's what I remembered from on Friday, and then because Aslan said she said the same thing. She did the same thing, and then you're like, we have Matt, and I was like, pretty sure that's not right, John.
I got to bring this up. I got to bring this up now because maybe I've been too nice. It's demon gunned, like gunned, like a gun.
Gun.
Like
Demon
gooned, not gooned. Although I love that the flair, but
Yeah, I tried to give you a little extra sauce there, John.
Yeah, we're just using our sauce with you, John.
He's moved to killing the viewers. Nice, Robert. Thank you. That is. Yes, there is much stalling, Patrick. Am I that obvious that I'm stalling? Okay. So tomorrow night, Michael from Feralborn Trading will be with us. Super cool guy, does all kinds of neat stuff with custom homebrew content, custom magic items, feats, skills, spells, all that good stuff. And with that said, we're gonna bring. No, I am not, Greg. I am not. I'm gonna remind everyone, depending on how this shakes out, everything that occurred that got us to this point. I will be exonerated. Okay. We resume the action, and you, Rasmus, as you feel the paralysis sap away from your body, you hear Rasputin growling inside your mind, doing his best to infuse you with strength. You do still have that decrement. I believe your strength is down 7, if I recall what I said a moment ago. Your strength is still down those 7 points, and you see the other nun looking directly at you, and she holds up a hand. She utters an unholy word as she looks directly at you, and as she holds up this hand, I need you to make a will save, DC 24.
I'm going to use another +5.
All right, so rolling with advantage or adding the 5 to your roll?
I don't know, John.
You gotta decide
I
before
wish
you
I
roll.
could add after, but I can't. So I'll just do advantage. And another will?
Yes.
Cocked. That's a 26.
Okay, all right. You feel something insidious trying to worm its way into your mind, and you manage to cut it off. You resist whatever was about to happen to you, and you're pretty sure it would have not been good. Akira, you hear the flame as the creature emerges from the doorway from behind you, gouting flame. It walks through the wall and seems to be strengthened as it comes walking through the wall. And it moves right towards you instinctively, as though it's tracking you. It knows right where you are, but that's going to be its full movement. And it now carries the wall of flame before it. So both the creature and the wall now moving as one. Akira, we're going to start with you. That's their turn. What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, I can just keep on running. There's a window right behind me, ain't there?
There's a window and a door. Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm not going to go that way. I guess I could run around the overall flames
Run
of this
to
creature.
the front.
Just try to
back,
continue to
over.
keep some distance between me and this thing.
All right, so wait, I need you to tell me. So if you look at your, in fact, here, let me pull up here. I'll give you an overhead view. This might be. I'm going to quickly switch to mine, John, so they can see kind of overhead. This might help the party for just a second here. All right, and I'm going to switch it kind of sideways here so I can get the whole thing in. Okay, so here is your sort of battle cam look at it. Here is the entirety of this hallway, and you can see. Whoops, you can see the creature is here. Right? You are here. This is the front door. Okay, so you can run to the front door, or if you want to run around the creature, you're going to have to run this direction. This is where the rest of the party is. So over here you have Rizia. This is Rizia coming down the steps. And over here behind this pillar, you can't see it from this angle, is where Rasmus is at. Here is the crisped body of Valfino.
Do you guys think that Iron Golem would fight that Fire Golem?
No metagaming. You can't ask that question.
I know. I'm just asking dumb questions. Just trying to gauge the group. Yeah, no, I'm just going to. I mean, I can run around the fire, right? Like flank it, get around it.
Oh, you
right-hand
but
side?
you can, but if you, I mean, again, remember, it's also moving. So what your question is, you're asking me if you can move this direction and around faster than it can move to try to cut you off. Is that the question?
Yes, exactly.
You're not sure. Would you like to try?
Oh my god. You know what? At this point, sure. Why not?
Okay. So you're going to do a sprint action. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. If you sprint, that your increased speed, that would give you 75 feet. So you could go there, and then you could make that kind of a. So you can get to about there would be your goal. Now the question is, can you get there faster than the creature can get there to intercept you? And since you have initiative, I am going to make a roll. Akira, you turn. You start sprinting. Your footsteps slapping against the tile floor. You smell the charnel scent of burning flesh. And you feel the guttering flames as the creature draws towards you. You pick up your pace as fast as you can. You turn the corner just as the flames get there. They singe the side of your face. You take 2 points of damage, but you manage to get around the corner. And now the creature is slightly behind you, so you're directly underneath sort of this chandelier here area. You have a clear shot at Rizia, but that will take your full movement. Now again, you have 8 from the audience, so if you wish, you can cash in a half action and take additional movement. You could take an additional 35 feet of movement if you wish to, or you can conclude your round here.
Yeah, I just want to get away from this fire. If anything, I'll make my way over to Rizia.
All right, so you're going to move another 35 feet toward Rizia, all right? So that's 7 of her that are taken out.
Should have never split the party.
You sprint with holy speed, and you do feel the smite connection that you have still with that nun. She's standing here to your left, and you can still feel her. You know where she is without even looking at her. And oh, by the way, she knows where you are without looking at you as well.
Great.
Rizia, let's go to you.
Can I get to, how far away is that nun from me?
The nun, she's about 30 feet away. You can get there.
Okay, I'll get there and I'll attack.
All right, we'll say you're going to leap. That'll give you some extra speed. You're going to leap off of that banister.
Sure.
That'll put you right there. And go ahead and roll to hit. As you come running forward,
I'm gonna let you know I have a. Hang on one second. I have elemental rage, so on my first attack, while I'm raging, I can deal damage, an extra 1d6 of damage of an energy of my choice, and I will choose. Let's do acid.
Okay, very nice.
For 1 round. Okay, so I'm gonna attack her with my with Halcyon.
All right, roll to hit. Rizia, we cannot be captured by these. They are most dangerous. You cannot die here.
Don't plan on it. Okay, so that is
None on the
24
run.
to hit for the first one.
How much?
24 to
That's
hit
a hit.
for the first one. Okay, and then the second one. Ooh, 19 plus 6, 25 to hit on the second one.
That is a hit as well. Yes, you hit twice.
Okay. Perfect. So then let's roll damage here, 2 damage, and then I'm also, after I'm done this, I would like to cash in to do another, so I can attack again.
Okay, so you're going to use 7 of your +1s to do another half action. So you'll take 2 more attacks. All right, go ahead and roll those attacks, and we'll
Yep.
roll all the damage at once.
Hang on. So the first one is a 16 for damage. Second one is 25. So that's 41 points of damage plus 4 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And then she's gonna attack again.
All right. Halcyon sings, "We can do this, Rizia! Swing away, swing away!"
Okay. And 21 for the first one.
That is a miss.
Okay, and no, that's not gonna miss as well. So 18 for the second one.
No. So as you swing twice, now the nun's focus is on you. She ducks out of the way of the second blows. The first 2 did 45 points of damage. Is that correct?
45, yep. 45 points of damage.
The golden blade arcs through the fire, the light, even the luminescence, and then the smoke that's surrounding you as it glints in the light. Sprays of red blood. This creature does bleed, still red. Splatter across the walls, and she hisses as she turns and faces directly towards you.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Was that already the other round? So the potion that I did take was in effect now?
Yes, it's in effect, yes.
It's okay. So I just wanted to know that before I started. And Rizia's in a like complete blind rage.
All right. Rizia, tell us, before we move on to Rasmus, tell us a little bit about what that blind rage looks like.
My camera's being weird. So just after seeing Anaho emerge from the smoke, the billowing smoke of the hallway, completely singed and burned, desperate, again, just having these flashbacks of this is her fault. The reason why they're there is because she's the sole bearer of this glyph to try to get this bone for the Fiend Sage. She scoops up Anaho as they're running down, aiding him to take a potion. As soon as she starts to see him healing, she puts him down. As she comes down the stairs, she immediately sees Val's body completely dead on the ground. Rasmus being pinned up against the ground, the look of fear, I'm assuming. As she just completely jumps off of the stairway down, as she lands and she looks up at this nun. You could see her as she brings Halcyon back, and she just full bore runs towards her. She's like, "Ah!" and she swings her axe.
Very nicely done. Outstanding. I'm going to give you a D4 inspiration for that. Very well role played. We're going to go to you, Josh. You also have a D4 of inspiration for the outstanding role play that you have done. And you see the nuns on either side of you. What do you do? You're muted, by the way.
Let me see. What does the full room look like? I see Val in ashes to my right. I hear Rizia's cry and the cutting into the nun to my right.
Right. You hear the flame and the bursting of fire and the running of Akira behind you. And you see... no, you don't see any sign yet of Anaho.
If I use my full round to just dash, run, how far could I move?
60 feet. And you don't have a half action, so the 60 feet would be all that you can get.
Yeah. I think he's going to feel the hold break.
Mm-hmm.
And just with anger, frustration, hurt, and feeling the flames, he looks up the stairs and sees the flames burning on the second floor. And it breaks something in him. And he runs. As fast as he can, as far as he can, towards that front door.
Toward the front door. All right. And you feel again this sense of panic inside you from Rasputin. Whatever it is that he senses in these creatures, you have never felt him like this. And he actually bursts an additional 10 feet of movement into you. You're running now right behind this flame, this creature of fire, gouting full 20 feet in the air as it's pursuing Akira, who is running around the edge of the creature.
There's the front door.
The front door
and the front door is directly ahead. Straight forward.
Yep.
So I'm actually, if Akira's going that left way, I would like to hang to that wall on the right.
This way?
So it's drawing her attention. He's going to try and get to the door to get it open.
All right. So let me take you back here and let's go the full 70
sorry about
feet.
that.
No, it's okay. That makes sense. So 70 feet is going to get you right there. So you're now edge to edge with the creature. You see it off to your left, the gouts of flame, and you see Akira running off in the periphery of your left. Let's come to you now, Anaho.
From where am I at currently?
You're still on the stairs. So this is where Rizia put you down, and you have your full. You have not done anything yet this round. So the healing has taken place, and you have your full round of action. Then we go to initiative again.
Where I'm at currently, right next to the ledge, am I able to see that nun down there, or do I need to move down a little bit? Like, is the second floor in the way?
No, I mean, yeah, you can see down that wall. Yeah.
So I have a nice, clear shot at the top of the nun there. That's what I'm looking for.
No, you can see her, but that wall here. Let me show you this angle. You'd have to come down about 10 feet. To have the ability to get an angle on her.
Yep. So I'll go ahead. I'll move down 10 feet. That potion being a restore abilities, I will smite evil on her.
Okay.
In a moment of solitude of light in darkness, I will grab the amulet and just call out in a whisper of a voice to Pelor. In this darkness, Pelor, let there be light. Let us find what we need and rid this place of our presence. And cast smite.
Okay, that's a quick action. So you still have another action. So you call upon Pelor. You feel again that settle. This creature is now smitten by two different paladins. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I'm going to take a shot.
Okay.
All I have left is my bow, so I need to equip that. And then, I'm going to roll to hit. And I have 6 or I have 7. I don't hit for squat, so I will use 5 for an advantage.
Okay.
I need that. So
with the flames gouting ahead of you, Akira running one direction, Rasmus running the opposite direction, you call upon the power of Pelor, you train your bow down, and roll to hit.
Is 23 hit?
Well, normally no, but she has not seen you, so that is a surprise. She gets no dex bonus. She's considered flat-footed. That does hit, yes.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. So that means I also get sneak attack?
Yep.
And then I also have advanced sneak attack, so that's still 3d6 on top of my damage from my bow, which is I did something wrong there. But anyways, d4 for the bow.
Okay.
D4. Man, and that one's cocked. So that is And
Yes, it
the
does,
smite
Greg.
is 11.
Depending on
So
the
it's
type
higher
of
than-
damage reduction.
What's that?
I'm answering the chat. Depends on the kind of damage reduction, but yes, certain kinds it does.
All right, so the plus hit was actually higher, but that doesn't matter because it hit.
Okay.
Total of 2 for the smite evil, and then 7, 9, 11 points of piercing damage.
Thunk. And for those that are wondering why his is so much less, remember, he is just now multi-classed as a paladin. So he is not where Akira is in terms of paladin abilities, and your level gets added to that damage. Okay, thunk. You see the bolt guided. It connects, and now we go to initiative. You lost last time, so we're going to rotate it around to Hob.
Hop. 1d6.
DM, oh my goodness, DM has a 1 on the die.
Bob, come on.
4.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right, you won this
Damn.
initiative. Akira,
You're welcome.
we're going to start with you. You have initiative as you
Oh.
come running around. You see the creature of flame. It has turned. It is following you. It seems to be locked onto you as she who summoned it from its hearth of rest. What do you do?
I'm gonna run right towards the lady. Return to sender, and I'm gonna. I want to make my movement there, and then if I'm able to reach her, I would like to attack her.
So that's going to be. So you move.
Nice.
Your base move is 35 feet. She is going to be 60 feet. So you have 2 choices. You can get to her this round and attack next round, or you can get to her this round, cash in a half action, and attack her this round.
You know what? Yeah, let's do that because.
Wait. Oh wait. No. Does Akira? Oh no. You used your half action. Akira does not have
Did I
enough
already?
for. No. Yes, you
No,
did.
you only have
'Cause
2.
Okay,
I
then,
forgot.
okay,
You
then
moved
I
that
don't wanna
extra
reach her
distance.
just yet.
Yeah. So okay. So you rush forward.
I'm gonna get right to the pillar.
All right,
Like right behind the pillar.
Yeah, as you get there, you come around the pillar. You see Rizia's axe flying away with blood spraying for it as Halcyon glints in the light. And now we're going to go
Wow.
to you, Rizia.
Mercy is so cool.
I will hit again twice.
Okay, roll to
and
hit.
then I will use my points to attack again.
Do you have enough? You do.
Heck, yes, I do.
Okay. I missed it. Somebody gave you more. Hey, thank you, Greg. We appreciate that sub.
They don't want us to die. That's why. The first one
Honestly.
is a 27.
That is
Eat
a
it.
hit.
The second one is not to hit.
Okay. Is it a 1?
No, it's an
Okay.
8 plus 6.
All right.
Oh, that'd be funny. Akira comes around.
Yeah, whacks you with it. All right, now roll your second attack.
Okay, so my second attack is 18 plus, so 27 for the first one. Oh,
That's
I
a hit.
forget that Halcyon has pluses.
Uh-huh. Yep, he's a +2 for you right now, huh?
Plus 2. Okay.
Yeah, you
so
should put him in your
then-
RPG Scribe app as +2. Well,
I should.
assuming you
Yeah,
live
yeah.
after this. Yeah.
Thank you, Red Rep.
No, that's not it anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, and the last one. Okay, nice. 16,
Thank you, Tracy.
22, 24.
Thank you.
24 to hit.
Oh, that was you, Robert. That's not surprising. That 24, that just misses.
Are you freaking kidding me?
No,
Thank
you're-
you, Robert.
You're head to head with her, and no, that just missed. Oh, we got a hype train. Thank you very much, everyone. The most
Okay, so the
awesomest
first
Mads
one-
chatters in the universe. Oh no, it's close. I'm sorry, we don't have it yet. It is close. So that means any other of anything
nice.
gets us one. All right.
27, 7,
Oh my gosh.
44 points of damage.
Whoosh, your blade slices in. We sing the song, do we not? Rizia, we sing it well. Cry out once more. Let your lungs lift your song to the air, and we shall sing together.
She doesn't hear him at all. Like she is just
Like through the
swinging her
rage.
axe back and forth and back and forth. Whether she's at some point she does realize she's making connection, but she doesn't even. She's just so far gone. She doesn't even see it as she's just hacking away at this thing.
Hacking. All right. So, thank you, Tracy. We have a level 2 hype train completed, and that went to. Let me see here. The
Ooh,
count's going
thank
up.
you, Renred.
Oh, Chip, I didn't see that earlier. Pat, thank you. I didn't see that earlier. So thank you, Pat. Thank you, Chip. Thank you. We're working toward the level 3. Remember, 5 gets us Rexy. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but well done. All right. So Rizia, she staggers back, but you see this sister is made of stern stuff, and as she turns,
Like, what does she look like? Like, does she look like she's at least like it's actually doing something, or?
Oh,
like,
it's definitely doing
not-
something, but it's hard to really describe how damaged something that's only half alive to begin with is. This is a creature also formed of the living and the dead, and so as you're carving huge chunks out of her, you see she staggers back. Chunks of flesh come off her. Her robes are in tatters, and yet she's still. Hey, oh, thank you so much, Tracy. Again, why has the DM gotten none tonight? Thank you, Chris. Nothing for the DM? I thought you guys wanted this to happen.
No, DM, get out of here.
Okay. I'm sure John's been hiding his joyful bloodlust. That is not true, Robert. But no, she's definitely badly damaged. All right. That goes now to you again. Let's go back to you and Naho. You guys won initiative. You loosed a bolt. You see that Akira comes around the opposite corner now, ready to engage. Rizia continues to carve away. What do you do?
Did I notice the other nun at the top of the stairs before she went through the door?
Yeah.
Was that?
Oh, did you? No, I said Rizia did. No, you didn't. You were still like half delirious as that potion was here, so you did not see that.
Okay. And they are currently under the walkway, the balcony.
Correct.
Right. And Rasmus
How
is there,
dare
everyone.
you, John?
Demon
I
guns.
see that. I see that, John. How dare
Demon
you?
gun. Sorry, it's because I keep calling him Demon Goon. That's my
You
fault.
gotta
That's
unite,
why.
man.
That's why he did it.
This is a teaching opportunity.
Let's go,
betrayal.
Demon Gun.
Demon gun.
Thank you so
Demon
much,
gun, why?
sir.
Why?
Oh,
Why
all
must
right,
you
so
hurt
that's
us
plus
so?
5.
please, someone give me one more +1 so I can just run.
Okay, I'm gonna use those for sure.
Oh,
All right, so what are you doing, Aho?
So I still have that smite evil on that particular one.
Yeah, that stays until one of you is dead.
This thing is definitely a formidable foe. I will use my +5s as an advantage because I need that to even hit anything like a mouse. And I will take a shot. I know I'm shooting into a group, but I will take my +5 as an advantage and try to shoot the nun.
All right, roll to hit.
Come on, Anaho. Nat 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm sweating so
I
much.
like the nat 20. All right. Now roll again to confirm the
gosh.
critical.
And now I don't get advantage.
Right. You don't get advantage.
Come on, another
Well, I
nat
think-
20. We have to
No,
balance the odds.
it's not a nat 20, but I'm sure.
Well, she knows you're there now, so she's no longer flat-footed.
She don't know nothing.
Well, you also smote her, so she knows.
So that's
She's smitten.
+3 to hit because of the
Smokin'.
smitten. That's makes that 15 plus then my bow, 24 to hit. Oh, that
By 1. Not a critical. Her armor class, you guys should have figured out her armor class is 25 when she's got all of her bonuses. So not a crit.
But I still hit.
But you still hit. Roll your damage. Thunk.
so I don't get my sneak attack no more.
Yeah, nice solid shot. What's your damage, sir?
Well, I don't get my sneak attack anymore,
No,
right? So
right.
now it's just the bow.
Correct.
Does the Smitty? Does this
Thank
smite
you.
smite
Thank you,
give me
Chip.
anything?
Yeah, it does.
Please.
So Rizia sees this red fletching arrow land and make contact with this nun, that familiar sight, knowing that someone is over your shoulder watching you, and I cause 6 points of damage.
Oh.
Thunk! Another bolt sticks out, and you see that she looks like she's flagging. I mean, she's definitely taken a lot of damage. Of course, the nun standing right next to her has taken no damage at all as she steps forward with her eyes squarely on Rasmus. Rasmus, let's come to you, my friend. Thank you very much. Let's see, that was... a gift sub. Thank you so much for gift subbing there. We appreciate that very much, Vivi. And that means we are now working on a level 5 hype train. Oh, thank you, Tracy. That's for Rasmus. I think people want to see you run fast.
Yep.
So Rasmus, as you hear the carnage and the bloodshed behind you, you see the creature of flame. It is indeed moving away from you. It is pursuing directly toward Akira. Seems to be focused on her and upon her alone. You're going to make your movement toward the door, is that right?
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if I can claim those 2+2s from Tracy because it's for Ramus, not for Rasmus.
No,
Shut your face.
I'm not sure if I can. No, John. Yeah, he's gonna just, with a blistering anger and sadness, just charging for that front door.
So that 60 feet gets you right to the door.
I would like to use my 7 to do another action.
All right, you're going to take your half action, burn through those 7 you just got, taking you back down to 1.
Thank you.
You reach for the doors, and as you reach for the doors, you recall these doors were sealed when you came through them. There were words to be spoken as you came through them. As you reach for the door,
do I have to say the passcode again that I already said when I first came in, and I'll say it again because I'll say it again because I'll say it again.
You're asking me? I can't answer that
yeah,
question.
I'd like to say it again, John.
Okay, so you're going to rush to the door. Okay, are you going to say it?
Yeah, known or is not known.
As you say that, you hear the blessed creaking of the doors as they open. And you remember the golem.
Yep.
It's standing right there.
I'm charging. I'm running. Okay. I'm using all of my... I'm going to keep on running. Like, I yell that out, and he's going to keep running either through the legs or around, whichever way is the safest for him to go.
Okay, so the
safest.
I'm going to give you a...
Are you freaking kidding me?
No, that's where you got... He's been just...
Are you freaking kidding me, John?
He would have broken...
I'm gonna quit.
This is where you left him. He's been...
Well, I'm pretty sure at the end of that game you said that he had walked off and shut down elsewhere. But,
sure.
You know...
No, the golem is definitely surprised when the door's off. I can't believe this. Oh, my goodness. The doors to the right were the ones that he was no longer in. He literally was... He followed you to this door when you guys came in. Okay, I'm gonna give you, so it's gonna consume 15 feet of movement to swing those doors open as you speak, because they basically swing open on their own when you speak those words. So it's not as though you had to physically interact with anything. You're gonna try to slide between this thing's legs. Is that what you're saying?
F me, I don't know anymore. Can I get a full view of the room, Demon Goon? Can I get a replay?
Here, let me switch over. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Please give us an above ground view of where our bodies will lay at the end of this session.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
What's not
That's
a bad
not a bad idea. I'm gonna... Oh. Is it... Oh, no, it's all in the same turn. What's on my left side of the room? As I'm, like, running to the door...
Well, to the left side, there's a wall, and then the door that Anaho came through is further back to your left. That leads out to that courtyard where originally the spiders and the golem were, where the broken down stables and the rubble all were.
Perfect. I'd like to open the door, have the golem see me, and then begin running that way.
All right, so you speak...
If you allow it, John.
You came to this door with the intent of going through it. Your motion and your movement was in that direction. You speak the word, here's what I'm going to do. I think this is, I can't give you the full, like, as though that wasn't your intent, everything. So I'm going to give you, instead of the full, because you cashed in that half action, instead of the full 30 feet, I'm going to give you 15 feet. I'm going to give you half of that to get away from that door and moving that direction. Is that what you want to do?
Cool. No, that's perfect. Yeah.
All right. Then
Thank you.
That's exactly where you run to.
And then swift action, if I'm able to, or has that all been burnt up?
Has what been burnt up? I'm sorry.
A swift action, being able to use a swift action.
What is it?
That's a good question. It's one of two things. Either A, I pop a potion, or B, I'm gonna use another judgment to throw protection on myself. So it's up to you on which I would actually.
Yeah, you can't definitely sprinting that distance, doing what you cannot stop and or consume a potion, uncork it. No,
Sick.
definitely not. A judgment, a word that you speak as sort of an aura. Yes, you can do that as you're running.
Oh, thank you, John.
Okay. All right.
That's all I got.
All right. Very good. Now let's come back and now they attack. All right, Rizia, the one standing in front of you. It lifts the staff, and it speaks. Nope, it already did that to you. It can't do it twice. Oh, you're like so. The worst thing it can do was taken already by Rasmus. And you're lucky.
Thank you.
By the way, if you had missed that save, Rasmus, that spell, just in case you guys are curious, that spell was blasphemy. And based on the level difference between the two of you, yeah, it would have been very, very bad. All right, so the creature, as she looks at you, hold on, let me see here which one.
Also, sorry, John, my strength is dropped for 4 rounds, correct?
I said I believe it was 3 rounds.
Okay, so I'm on my last round.
Yeah, you're on your last round. It was
Cool.
3 rounds. Okay, Rizia, as she holds out her hand, you see skulls come floating from her hand with tendrils, vines that look like they're made of blackened fire. I need you to make a reflex save, and if you don't, you're going to take
20. Dirty 20.
a dirty 20. Yeah, okay. So it strikes you with this, and I also need any creature. Okay, I need you to now make another save. Make a will save on this one.
Okay. 23 total.
Okay, all right. So you miss both. First of all, your wisdom, as this hammers in, it's like a psychic attack. You feel your mind sort of addled. You lose 3 points of wisdom. This stacks with anything that's happened with your sort of blood rage state. You also take 5d8 points of damage as these tendrils strike you, and I will roll that on the screen here.
How lovely.
I knew you'd like that. It's not that bad. It's only 5. See, 15. See, I rolled soft for you. All right, you take only 15 points of damage. The other one, though, as it is, let's see. So Rasmus ran, and he's gonna be out of range here. Hold on. Yeah, let's. She looks over at you, Akira, and what did I miss, guys? Why is there a giggle fit happening? I didn't. Is there something in the private character chat? Can you share it with the audience? No. Are you sure? Like, even if it's on the edge, it's okay. It's not even close.
It's not on the edge.
It's not even close.
Over the edge.
Okay. As she reaches out her hand, you, Akira, you feel something in your heart as though an icy cold hand grips it. And I need you to make a saving throw. This is going to be a will save DC 22.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. Okay. 22.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got.
Oh, that's what you got is 22?
Yep.
Okay, you're going to take half damage. You feel harm being inflicted to you. And as it grips you, you take 22 points of damage. As you feel it squeeze, ice closes around your heart. Ah!
Well,
Are you still conscious?
-7.
Oh,
Akira, as she holds out that hand, you slump to the ground.
There she goes.
And that leaves only our flaming creature, which is going to move. It's moving toward Akira. This is simultaneous action, so obviously it has no knowledge that she has fallen. It moves slowly, though, so it's only going to go 20 feet with its full action. So it's closing in the flames behind, and now we go to initiative. I will say you guys have already survived longer than I expected. That's good.
Hob again,
Yeah, that's Hob again.
5.
Yeah.
I have a 4 on the die, but I have my +2. I have my +2. I have my
and we have our
+2.
+2 as well.
You don't have a +2.
Yeah, we do.
Do you have a +2?
From Pat.
You got a
I'm pretty
+2
sure-
from Pat?
I'm pretty sure Pat.
Amanda, can you confirm? Because I'm using my +2. That would give me a 6. No +2 from Pat.
No
All right.
+2?
DM has initiative.
Oh, John
John has it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So the nun
Spoken.
that is what's that? The nun that is facing Rizia. Now she, this is going to be the same thing that was attempted to do to Rasputin earlier. She holds out her hand to you. You see what look like chain-like coils that are ethereal and silver start to try to wrap themselves around you. You're going to make a will save DC 26.
You better make this.
There's no way I can make it.
There's no
My
way you
will
can.
is only a +2, and if I roll a nat 20, the highest I can get is a 22. So I fail.
Wait, your will is because it's wisdom. Oh my gosh, that's right. It's wisdom based. It's
You just took my wisdom.
well. Now remember, nat 20s succeed on saving throws always. Which if you roll with advantage, you have a 1 in 10 chance of pulling a nat 20.
Yep, 10%.
Do I have enough to roll for advantage? Oh, I do. Okay.
Yeah, come on, you got
have like
this.
100.
You got this.
No.
No.
Nope.
I rolled a 7.
You feel the chains around you,
Sorry.
restricting you, and you are bound, and you see the most sinister smile on the sister's face as a flap of skin drops off away, and it curls up at the lip. You hear Halcyon screaming in your mind, Rizia, no! Rizia, snap out of it! Rizia, stop it! Stop it! All right. The other nun steps dismissively over the body of Akira and fixes her eyes on Anaho. Anaho, as she holds her hand up towards you, I need you.
I duck behind the wall.
All right, you duck behind the wall, but I need you to make a will save. This is going to be a... No, actually, no. Hold on. She's going to... No. You're going to make this a reflex save, DC 22.
You see now, Vivi, you say you can't make it because you got a +2. I'm letting you know I got a +8 to my reflex, but it's me.
I believe in you, Rory.
And I think that my +6 is actually only a +1 unless I received more because I used an advantage.
I don't know. You'd have to check. Amanda can tell you. I've not looked.
Yeah, Amanda knows everything. So you have 6, Rory. So just
Stop.
use 5.
I don't think I do though as much as I
I think you
want.
do. She does.
So
She
I'm
just
gonna-
put that. The count is
have a
correct.
+6.
The judge has
Count is
spoken.
correct.
I'm
You
using
have
it.
+6.
I'm using it. Thank you, Amanda.
Use it. You
I'm
got
using
it. Roll big, roll big. I believe
Roll
in you.
big. Come on,
Rory.
come on.
Come
Big
on.
money,
This
no
is the
whammy.
time.
Big money, no whammy.
This is
Big
the
money, no
time.
whammy.
This is the time. Every time.
You see a
This is the time.
No.
you see a
This is
bolt
the
of
time.
This is the time.
sickly green energy arcs toward you.
What is it? Rory.
Rory, what'd you roll?
25.
All right. You duck as the bolt goes over your head. You see green hit the wall behind you, sizzles, coruscates of verdant light from behind you. You feel nauseous just being in the presence of it, but you did indeed duck underneath that quarter. And then the wall of flame is going to get its additional 20 feet of movement this round. And so it comes inexorably closer. Whoops, grabbed the wrong thing. Inexorably closer to you, flames searing across the stones, and that's going to put it. Actually, yeah. In fact, you hear the sister scream. The creature has no care for her, and it begins to burn. It's just a couple of feet in front of Akira Svadia, right to the left of Rizia. This sister screams
and takes 500 damage. She bursts into flame and
That thing
says,
did deal a lot of damage to Akira.
seriously.
Well, so
I
there's two things. There's the wall, and then there's the attack. The attacks are really bad. Just the sort of ambiance is bad enough. She screams as the flames burn.
I'll get you yet, my pretties.
And she catches fire. So her robes catch fire as she turns. She starts to try to run, and now we're going to go to the party. Let's start with you, Rizia. You can think, you can speak. Your mouth is free, but your body, it's like you have chains binding your arms and your legs.
She's not gonna be able to do anything.
Bite her.
I can't bite her. I can't move.
Rizia, do something! Don't just stand there! Rizia, please! I can't fall again! We can't fall!
Oh, I can't even do anything. I can't even grip it tighter because I'm like, ah!
You can grip it tighter. Yeah, you're not paralyzed. You're constricted.
Oh, I'm constricted.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not. It's not what happened to Josh. This is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So as he's talking, she's almost like if you want to like wring his neck, that's what she's trying to essentially do, to just stifle him, because she's like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I'm stuck. And of all times, this is not the time for your sass.
I'm not trying to be sassy, Rizzy. I'm really not. We can do something here, can we? Think. And you.
Unless you can grow legs, I can't do nothing.
You feel like the scrabbling as clearly Halcyon is trying to figure something that he can do. And now we're going to go back to you, Anaho. You see Akira lying on the ground. Her skin is starting to blister as the creature grows closer. You see Rizia bound, helpless, unable to move. What do you do?
Well, when I see Akira, I go, oh, that's a familiar feeling. I see there's a chandelier.
Yeah.
Just to ask, as far as representation, are there any? I saw like the chain that was going to the wall and whatnot. Are there any other kind of tapestries or ropes or tethers of some sort that are?
Well, there was the big
on the wall below me.
Yeah, so right above you was the big picture frame that you sliced down when you first came in.
Right.
There are tapestries. I've already described some old, decrepit, rotting tapestries on the walls on the lower level. On the level up above, there are some old tapestries, but nothing. Wait, tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll tell you if there's anything.
Yeah, specifically like right below me. I'm trying to get down extremely fast. So if there was a rope or tapestry that I could grab onto and help my fall be less, or otherwise just how far is the jump?
Yeah, that would be super cool, wouldn't it? But no, there is not. So whoops, I accidentally dropped you and I didn't mean to do that. Let me put you back up where you were.
No damage.
Yeah, so the distance there for you is, let's see here, that's going to be It's about a 20-foot fall. Now, you're
Easy.
fairly dexterous, so you're going to take a little bit of damage from that fall, but you can try to roll with it if you wish to. But no, there's nothing that you can grab. There's no handy, curtain or rope like you see in the movies. Sorry.
Just
I would
slide
like
down.
to just do a quick step over to where the stairs take that 90-degree turn down.
Uh-huh.
So into that corner.
Right.
Take a quick step onto the top of the wall there, and of course knowing how to do it, but wanting to jump and land appropriately and move towards the nun. Like I see that Rizia is restrained in
Sure.
some fashion.
Make an acrobatics
and-
check.
And so that's what I'm trying to
Make
do.
an acrobat. So you, Anaho, you launch yourself into the air, coming off, and you spent many of your days being agile and dexterous. This is not the first time you've attempted such a move. And as you hit the ground, what's your roll?
Going as beelined as possible to the nun, it is a 17.
A 17 on the die, or that includes your acrobatics bonus?
That includes the acrobat.
All right, you land not as smoothly as you would have liked, but you do land. You take thunk. You take 5 points of damage as the jolt goes up your legs. You feel your knee tweak as you hit the ground, but you roll, and we're going to call that. That's only going to be half your movement because there was, that's just a quick straight fall. So if you wish to move, let me see, that's going to be another. Yeah, you can get there and get in front of her. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah, with my dagger of venom in my hand,
Okay.
I will essentially be whether it moves into the next action, that's fine. The next round, that's fine. But I'm wanting to essentially just charge into her, blade in front of me, and just disrupt her in any way possible.
All right, roll to hit. Thank you, Mad Chatters. We don't normally have 3-hour combats here on Blue Box, but we don't normally trigger multiple. Actually, with the Golem, that would be the 4th encounter that you triggered simultaneously. So nicely
Yep,
done.
I got you. No problem.
We're just trying to see how many we could do at once.
Happy to help. I'm going to run in that next room. There's going to be more spiders. And at that point, I'm just committing seppuku.
Okay. What was your roll?
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits. All right.
With the dagger of venom puncturing into her abdomen and just driving it in and twisting it.
All right. So roll your damage and remind me what the poison DC is.
I actually don't know. It doesn't show me. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
I'd given that to you before.
It's 14.
14. Okay.
According to the app, it's 14.
All right. Well, so I am not going to use my pluses for this. I have 9 of them, and this is not. She doesn't need a whole lot, but let's just roll it up here and see what we get on the die. D20. Oops, not 2. And we'll drop it right here. Yeah, she resists the poison, but I'll take the damage.
Well, she's got my dagger in her gut.
Yep.
And 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. All right.
As I look back at Rizier, and you just see just this sheer focus across his face, Rizier, of we didn't come all this way to end here. Like, you just see him. He's not done yet.
Okay. All right. Let's go to you, Rasmus. Rasmus, you're running toward that door still?
Yep.
All right. So the doorway is only about 50. It's 60 feet. So you can go through the door on this round if that's your intent.
Before doing so, John, I don't know if it would be for me or for everyone, but I would like to cash in my minor fate chip.
Okay. You have a minor fate chip, a peculiar function of the blue box economy, which does tilt the tables in the PC's favor, despite the fact that we have these, other mechanisms which make the game deadly. This is how, and in fact, it is so important. This is a good note for everyone. That is all the players and the viewer. You as the PC and player are responsible for recalling this. So actually, it must be used before death has already been proclaimed. So there was recently a death where the player had a fate chip, either didn't know it or didn't say it, and after it was already death, already described, and then the fate chip topic came up. It must be used at that point prior to the actual sort of entire proclamation of death, and we're moving on. So you have that minor fate chip. How do you wish to use it?
That's something that I have no idea.
Well, then
I would love to be able to just place it in your hands, John.
No, you have to tell me what is your intent with this, and I'll tell you if your intent can be used with a minor fate chip or not. I mean, they're powerful.
Yeah, but they're not a major one.
Yeah, a major fate chip can basically akin to a wish.
A few thoughts. Yeah, no, because that feels. The problem is right now I'm thinking of many different outcomes, and a lot of them feel like major things. One of them being having the ability of Rasputin either inhabiting the golem and using the golem as if a host, but that feels like a bit much. The other thing is possibly a teleport for all of my comrades to where I'm at so we can GTFO. Last one being just like a healing of the still alive party members. Stop me when you have an idea on what would work for the storyline, like, or what would be possible.
Okay, so it's something like, a teleportation of all the party members out of that would be even a stretch for a major fate chip. That would, we can't. Okay. But I would say no. The Erasmus cannot inhabit a construct in that fashion. I would say you can Rasputin. Yeah, I would say you can use it to lend a healing action to a character who is fallen and not dead, vis-a-vis Akira. Yeah. Or you could use it in a blast of consciousness from Rasputin to break the bond that currently holds Rizia. Those would be two feasible options for your minor fate chip to be consumed.
I'll do that one. I would like to free Rizia.
Okay.
As much as I would like to try, like when you say heal Akira, is that like me doing a healing?
No, it would be an outreach of your major fate chip. It would be, I would work it into the story in some way. Okay. It wouldn't be you're too far distance here. With Rasputin, it would make sense. He has that ability. He can channel, reach out, and perhaps even with a connection. I have an idea of how this would work. I can do that, or you can give, and it wouldn't be a full heal, but it would be healing to Akira that would be sufficient to no longer have her unconscious.
Then yes, I'm sorry. Sorry guys, everyone watching. Thank you guys for being here. I would like to do the healing of Akira.
Okay. As you reach out, you feel Rasputin stretching. Halcyon, in your grip, Rizia. I cannot break the bonds for you, but for her. And you feel energy channeling from Halcyon. Akira, you receive healing from the axe. That burns through your fate chip. And I will roll the healing here on the screen. Akira, you are healed for 20 points of damage.
Okay. And I would like to keep running.
All right, and you, Rasmus, as you feel Rasputin with panic reaching out, make some sort of brief connection with Halcyon, and you sprint through the door out into the frigid air atop the Raker Mountains and into the rubble, and you see the bodies of the slain spiders beside you. Now we come back to the rest of the party, and we roll initiative. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it's you went. Yeah, it's initiative. Akira, you come off the ground for your turn this round, so you are no longer unconscious. but you feel your skin heated and blistering. You can sense the creature of fire and flame right behind you. You see Rizia frozen in place, and Anaho feverishly, ferociously trying to slash the larger nun away from him. And we go to initiative. DM has a 3 on the die. You lost last time, so now we're going to rotate to you, Anaho.
Oh, no, please no.
Out of the frying pan into the frigid air. Nice, Mikey, nice.
You got this, Anaho.
I got a 6.
Oh,
all right, you have initiative.
Oh, thank goodness.
You have initiative. Rizia, you are still held this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You actually get another saving throw. So same saving throw, DC 26.
So, nat 20. Come on, you got this.
No, I rolled a 19.
Oh.
That's so close. All right, what are you doing, Anaho?
Making contact with the first one, stepping in between these two. For Anaho, him and Rizzi has been together from the beginning. He only came on this little bit of a trip journey because of Rizia, their interaction with Taj, the dagger, the coins, the potions, and the dagger, because she gifted for the first time. A gift was given to him without expectations or strings.
That's right.
And all this is fluttering his mind. Even the leap down to get between the two. Rizia is literally the family he's never had. And so he'll again hold that dagger of venom, and almost in a duality or paradoxical concept, he'll call out to Paylor again, holding this bit of a dark or deathly type item, and call out to Paylor, just Paylor, I don't know, and he'll say this out loud, whether the nun hears, Rizia hears in a blind rage. Paylor, I don't know if I have any place with you beyond what it is you've shown me. You melted away, you misted away, you took away the past, bore a light in my heart. Let this evil be removed. And I'll strike again.
All right, you feel the smite evil. Actually, hold on a second. That first time you hit,
one.
Did you double the damage the first time you hit the creature with your smite?
No, I've never doubled the damage.
Yeah, I still have your original damage roll, so that would have been, so that was an 11 on that first one. That included a plus, so all right, so that adds, all right, I've got that. All right, so what's your attack this time?
This time, there's a show that says if the odds be in your favor. I got another nat 1.
Roll again, Anaho.
You think I can do it again?
It cures up, and then it cures down.
It's a 1 in 400.
Let's not do it again.
It's a 1 in 400 to roll 2 nat 1s. You've already done it once tonight.
Well, not only did I get a 1, but I got 2 1s. I got an 11.
Oh,
I was like, are you freaking?
To roll double nat 1s the same night. It's still a fumble, though. It's still a fumble.
Yeah, so it's a dirty 20.
All right, roll percentile dice, please.
Percentile dice. I feel like Hob right now. Which ones do I grab?
Oh my gosh.
I do believe that would be an 85.
85?
I roll high when it counts. 85.
Okay.
Demon gun comes from the heavens and starts beating the ever-living life out of Anaho.
I don't know what to tell you guys. 89.
I know.
T-Cat, bad timing. Bad timing.
Chest crushed, the heart destroyed.
No, Anaho, you.
That's not a moon.
The fumbles, fortunately, are not as vicious as the crits, but they're not good. Anaho, in your rage, you are feeling so much. On behalf of everyone, but especially Rizia, you pull your dagger back and you slash Rizia behind you with the dagger in such a desperate attempt, and you're going to give her a level 2 crit. Roll percentile dice again as you plunge your dagger back into Rizia. Roll percentile dice again, please.
34.
Lord Forth, I would disagree.
Please
I would much
roll.
prefer that.
All right, that's a 2 to the body. Roll your damage. Regular dagger damage plus strength. You were really putting a swing into this. That's going to be a cut instead of a pierce because you caught her with the edge of the blade. You're coming back like this, so you caught her with the edge of the blade. What was your roll?
Well, Rizia, you should love me because I rolled like I roll, and I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Literally, multiple times.
Yeah, that's like the 5th one now.
All right. All right. So your roll was a 1 on the die.
Yeah,
All right, plus
for
the
my
crit.
damage,
Rizia, you take 10 points of damage as the dagger comes back. It slices, leaves a clean strip of bone visible through the skin where the armor, the skin parts, you can actually see clean rib bone as she starts to bleed from the damage from your blow. Akira.
Question: what kind of poison did you put on that?
Yeah.
Oh, is this your poison dagger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to make a Fortitude save DC 14. As I forgot it was the poisoned blade that he just hit Rizia.
Man, don't blame him. I was going to remind as well.
Fortitude save?
Make
Yes.
it better.
Fortitude save. That would be much better for you.
23.
23. All right, you resist the poison. Akira, you come conscious. You hear for the briefest moment a voice in your head. Get up! And your eyes flutter open. You once again feel your connection with Tritherian. Your smite is still in effect, by the way. It doesn't lapse with unconsciousness, only with death. What do you do?
I'm gonna go in with an attack with my Shifter's Sorrow. $26 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Thank God.
Let's go, Hob.
The Benny.
It's gonna be 10 points of slashing damage or piercing damage, I guess, whichever you'd want.
10 points total?
Yep, 10
Okay.
points total.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is that with the smite damage as
No,
well?
you have to add so with the smite damage.
Smite, so it doubles it, right?
No, it adds your level to the damage.
Your paladin level.
Your paladin level.
So
to
then
the
it's
damage.
my paladin level.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Okay, so then 13.
Okay. You slash another chunk of flesh. She staggers back. She looks badly wounded now. Although the second nun is unharmed. And I believe that concludes everyone's action this round, correct? Okay, and you had, I'm trying to remember, you won initiative this round, didn't you? That's unfortunate. Okay, first of all, this nun on fire. She is going to run out of the flame. She will get no attack. She's going to use her round to put her flame out. So she's dousing the flame this round. This creature moves forward into Akira's area and swings down 2 times. Oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh, my gosh, my gosh.
But misses.
John, question.
Yes.
The thing that I'm under currently, is it like per round? Like how?
Yeah, so it was you check each round. It was for 3 rounds maximum. So you have 1 more round that you are held. But next round you'll be held for that round. Again, that round you'll be held unless you make the save. If you miss the save, you'll be held that 1 more round. Then you'll be unheld at the end of that round. Akira. The creature swings twice, and you are not smiting this creature, so it is not difficult for it to hit.
She just
That's
got
a
up.
hit. I know. I know.
Good morning.
I know. You are hit twice.
Good morning, Akira. How'd you sleep? You sleep good, baby need uppies? Your name is Baby Need Uppies, okay?
What of
Two
it?
massive claws of flame come down upon your frame, Akira.
Okay.
You take 34 points of damage.
Yep, and she's up.
And that's all she wrote, folks.
Yeah, and that is that puts you at negative what?
21.
Rizia, through your frozen eyes, you see the flames consuming Akira. As it strikes her twice, the creature picks her up off the ground, and the flame juts and shoots through her. You see she gleams with holy light as Tritherion receives her soul up into the heavens, and her body goes limp in the arms of the flame. And now we come to this one. She looks down at you, Anaho, and she says, she crooks one finger, follow. As she says this word, you need to make a will save, DC 26.
Yeah, that ain't. I mean, I'll roll. I'll roll. That ain't gonna happen.
Do you have any advantages? Do you have any plus ones?
It's not up there anymore. Amanda?
Amanda, he has like 20 plus ones, right?
Nope. But I'll use that plus one though.
Okay.
Talked.
Even Amanda gave up. Shut up, John.
15.
As she says this word, you feel the compelling upon your mind. You take 3 steps away, and you just turn and stare at Rizia. Rizia is held for this round. And Akira is down. Valfino is down. Rasmus has fled out the door. That is a prone state. In a prone state without aid, she simply steps forward, and you watch, Anaho, as she takes a lengthy blade and just she drives it up through Rizia's jaw and into her brain. Rizia falls dead. Naho, you watch. The flames gout all around. And we'll come back to this in a moment. Let's go to you, Rasmus. You hear a cry outside, or inside, but in moments, you're outside. You still feel Rasmus compelling you to turn and run. What do you do?
Even with Rasputin still pushing me, Rasmus is running. He's running and running as fast as he can, as hard as he can to get out, to just get away, to survive.
Rasputin, raging inside of you. As you run, you're staggering. A sob racks its way unwillingly from your throat as you move across the stones, past the bodies of the spiders. Otherwise, there is nothing here, nothing that bothers you, but the death moans of your comrades. As you stand, Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
As you stand there, Anaho, your eyes watch in horror. The nun licks the dagger and the blood from Rizia as her body collapses to the floor. She sheathes the dagger and she pulls out a black hood. Were anyone else in the room, they would see what you cannot. As she places the hood over your head, it immediately conforms to your face. Your eyes are blackened, you hear nothing, you speak nothing, you smell nothing, you see nothing. All goes dark. Rasmus, what are you doing now as you run out? The golem appears not to take notice of you. Your footsteps crunch on the soil outside, snow flurries gusting around. The moon high cloud cover, it peeks through. What do you do?
Just keeps running.
You're running back down the side of the mountain, back toward the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere you can get away.
All right. Rasmus. Go ahead.
He sees a blend of the snow before him and around him, as well as the grove of trees. He's running, and the two memories are too close. The yelling of a man's voice telling him to run, to survive, to keep going. The reason he was alone when he first found the party. The reason he's once again alone, running from the party. That instinct, that second life within him, as well as the lives of all those before him that he'd seen fall and die, the voices of the sins, the voices of the dead, the voices of every single person that's fallen by his hand, and the notebook he carries of his family's knowledge, their memories, and the memories of those within that cursed damn temple. He runs. Because if he was to stay, all of them would be forgotten. And we die twice. And he is not going to let them die that second time. And he keeps running.
As you keep running, we will shift scenes. High above, even the peaks of the Rakers, and even this place called Shade Wall, a series of interconnected spires of stone connected to the very topmost tower of Shade Wall lead to an altar. On this altar hovers a creature of nightmares, pale. Those that had met something similar in a tavern in Last Chance might see something of similarity, but this thing, 12 feet tall, entrails dripping from its form, it hovers over the bodies of Akira lying dead and Anaho alive with the cover over his face. As the creature stands over the top, it begins to mutter profane, unholy things. As it does, it crooks one finger and the hood comes up. Anaho, you can see, you can hear, but you cannot move. As the hood maintains constriction around the top of your head. As the creature holds out one pale hand, you look with your eyes still able to move to your left, and you see the body of Akira lying dead, but then you see her spirit floating. You can actually see it floating above the body. As the pale lord pulls its hands together and speaks one more unholy word, you have no choice. You feel a scream erupt from your throat. The torture, the pain, unbelievable agony of the soul, not of the flesh. You feel your own spirit being merged. You see yourself helplessly being pushed into Akira's body being pushed into your form. You feel a sense of being defiled as you yourself atop the peaks. The Pale Lord smiles as a tall paling, the blood, the souls of two paladins favored by Palor and Tritherion, falling and merged together. And even the Pale Lord is taken aback by what it sees. It moves back just a few inches. And were any of you there to see it? Were Anaho still aware enough to understand it? The barest hint of a smile curls on those pale lips at the creature it beholds. As Rasmus flees down the side of the mountain, you feel this in your soul. This connection that you have made. You speak with dead. You have a connection beyond, and you are the son of darkness. Somewhere in the knowing part of you that knows, you know. And so ends Book 2 of Greyhawk Awakening.
Rasmus gets stream MVP.
Too soon?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Let's all vote Rasmus.
Not the time.
Wow. Chip, thank you so much for an amazingly dramatic conclusion to an epic JJ campaign. Thank you. All right, so look, Vivi, do you have a few more minutes? I can't remember. Is this your long night or your short? Okay.
It's my long nights. Okay.
All right, and are you okay for just? I don't want to go long here, but I want to do just a couple of things. Do you have time, Rory?
Yeah, pretty close to 8. Need to keep it close to 8, but yeah, 8 minutes still.
Okay, all right. Let's do this. Yeah, Amanda.
Yeah, I got like 10 minutes at most, and then I got to get out of here too.
All right, we'll keep this quick. And John, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unhide you so you can be seen. We have this disembodied voice that you've all been hearing on the stream. All right, so first of all, so many things that happened in this. And there were so many sequential decisions. Now, we've talked a lot about the decision to split the party, but it's also the nature of how the party was split. None of these things were supposed to happen simultaneously. The area where the two nuns were downstairs, we don't have time to show it now, but it was inside a chapel. It was inside a stone chapel. So even an engagement or encounter there, barring something truly explosive, would not have alerted anything else. So it was really just exactly the right way to bring, with Akira bringing the huge fire elemental out, Actually, it could have gone worse depending on what the child decided to do, but based on the dice roll and the role play with Rasmus, she ran, so she did not further engage. She was evil, by the way.
I told you
She
so.
was?
I
Oh,
freaking told you
Her
so.
sister-
Wait,
Isn't
you
that
thought
place
you
she's a
thought
good
she was
kid?
good?
Her
You
sister-
was gonna
Thought
be
she
your
was
best
good.
She
friend.
told you the story in reverse.
No.
She told you the story in
Dude.
reverse. She was one of two twins. Her twin was the talented one at the piano and was always favored by her parents.
She's
This
the one
death
who pushed her out the
happened over
freaking
100
window.
years ago.
Yeah.
She pushed her
Bruh, I
twin
can't
out the
I
window.
told you
John, I think
so.
you're just
believe you
confused
saw
about
it.
the storyline. I think you have them mixed
Never
up.
trust children.
No, so but she disengaged. The creature of fire, had it remained in the room with Akira, may never have engaged the rest of the party. But with Akira rightly fleeing, she did nothing wrong. She brought that creature in. Rasmus running to the front door where the golem was, that time lost. And interestingly, I don't know. I can see why you did what you did, but I honestly think for the sake of the party, unfreezing Rizia probably would have been the better move in that moment than giving Akira some hit points back. But I mean,
I thought about
that's
it.
a tough
I wasn't
call to
sure
make.
how much healing.
But more
Yeah, to
than
be honest with you. Yeah, I heard all that and I was like, well, all right, time to die again.
But more than that, all the freaking nat ones tonight, guys. Nat ones after nat ones after nat ones. There is only so much that can. I mean, you absolutely had the chance to survive this. It was very, very difficult. As I think I said, if I were taking odds in Vegas, I would have been 2-1 on a TPK. But it was not a certain thing. But by a combination of the circumstances, the decisions, and the dice rolls, I am deeply sorry. It genuinely hurts me. This is not how I wanted this to end. Not only do I not take joy, I'm super sad right now. This is not the ending that I saw for this book. It does change the nature of the stories as well. This has ripple effects through all of the different elements of the books. But I want to say.
So basically, what I'm hearing is it wasn't mine and Rory's fault.
If I had to blame one thing, I would blame Rory. Honestly, because once Anaho went up there, Rizia was going to follow, right? I mean, they were ride or dies, and Rizia was not going to let him go up there by himself. So when Anaho decided to go up to that second floor and start exploring without the rest of the party, of course Rizia is going to follow. And then the sequence of you got Akira opening.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Not only go up there without the rest of the party, commanding a portion of the party to stay down.
I didn't command. I told Akira to go with the other people.
No,
So
you said
go
you
two
go
of
there and
them-
check out the fire.
No, I didn't. It's two of them. Two of them
Oh,
were
they need
already
to-
So
staying
what I'm
down.
hearing is it's
Wait,
not
wait.
my fault.
Wait.
Well,
Wait.
her second
I
guessing
take-
that
I
even
take
being like,
John's-
are you sure?
I take John's point, right, about going upstairs. But Akira was going to come up. Val and Rasmus were going to stay down, and I told Akira to go with Val and Rasmus.
And
then I went upstairs.
We should all just go together.
But on the point of me going upstairs, had everyone else have come with me, y'all would have died. I was the only one able to survive that blast.
Yeah.
And it was
Seriously.
designed to kill you
That's-
all.
Yeah.
Well,
So in reality, I did you a favor.
except
Yeah.
had you been doing what you
So
should have
you're
done,
welcome.
which was detecting traps and detecting magic,
Oh.
you had a person in the party who could detect magic. You never needed to even walk into that trap. Rasmus can detect magic. You should have seen that trap coming with any level of. I don't want to. I'm not trying to rub this in. I'm really, really not. I am actually
Well, it is.
super upset right now. I keep wanting to tear up on this, and I hate it because I've got this reputation as a killer DM, and I'm ruining it by getting emotional about this. But you guys were fantastic. The role play throughout this campaign was fantastic. But look, this began in Relastra, and it ended in a very Relastra-like fashion. This was a book of deep sorrow, a book of pain from the beginning, a book to be endured in some cases as much or more than enjoyed, and I recognize that. I know that this was very, very hard at times, but this was the nature of the story, and I am just grateful to all of you as players. Please don't quit. Please don't give up on the game or the campaign. We will return to Book 1 next Tuesday. That's yay, more artwork for Hob.
Oh, God. Wait.
But that's okay. You don't have to have the work done by next Tuesday, Hob. I'm not going to put that on you. We had no idea that. In fact, I even thought tonight we might not. Even if it was a TPK, I thought it might not finish. So we will resolve that. I'll give you. But next week we will be back with book 1, and I'll work with each of you this week to talk about what that looks like. Book 3 then will be moved up in timing. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but it'll most likely happen somewhere in late April, early May. And there is much work to be done for that as well. There is one surviving member of book 2. And it'll be interesting to see what that creates in the story. And of course, now we have another arch villain. What is it that Akira and Anaho have become? Never before has a paling been created with the souls and bodies of 2 paladins of good.
A good paling, that's what it is.
A good paling.
He just likes coffee and scones.
We turn on all the other palings.
All right, so we won't do stream MVP tonight, but I'm gonna let the players chatters with the last.
Let Rasmus have it. It's an auto win.
We have like 2 minutes. Chatters, please pop anything you'd like these players to know in the chat, and then players, I'd like you to have a chance. Your mad chatters did so much for you tonight. They really worked hard and gave a lot. And so that is not lost on me, Mad Chatters. Even though this didn't work out, it could have. Even though it didn't work out, we will take that and we will do something with everything that was given tonight from the community, and we will make that more part of the game. There will be more to say on what's happened tonight from all those gifts. But let's start with you, Rory, because I know you have to go first. Anything you want to say in conclusion to book 2?
Well, I like Pat Draw's comment about an anti-paling. Aha, we're paladins. So hilarious. In reference to book 2, it was rough and gritty and tough. And definitely the bits and all that stuff, the channel points, all that stuff. I mean, I don't know how I survived with Anaho as long as I did. Honestly, I just kept dodging this stuff by luck. And then you guys really helped out tonight. So it was fun.
Thank you, Rory. And you can drop whenever you need to. Just leave your camera on if you don't mind. Let's go to you, Hob. Creator of all the things art related. Akira lasted 2 sessions. Brand new Rizia lasted 1 session. That's expensive.
I mean, listen, I think she turned out cool. I just sent you that's what I was doing here this entire time. I'm sorry, I've just been looking down, but Amanda called it that I needed to have Akira done, and she's done. That's what I've been doing. So I sent it to you in Discord.
Okay. I'll pull that art up. Hob, any final thoughts you'd like to say in respect to being in book 2 and or the Mad Chatters?
I just gotta say, being in book 2 and to the Mad Chatters, like to everything, I just appreciate the love and support that you guys have had for me and for Rowan. I know that Akira's new, and I love her, but Rowan was a very big passion project. I had her for years and years and years. So to have people enjoy her as much as they have, and the fact that she's been such a staple in this group, it's been awesome. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate everyone who's been watching for this experience, and I hope to continue it.
Oh my gosh.
This has been awesome.
Look at this freaking artwork. I can't believe this is, look at this. This is unbelievable.
Zoom in more, dang.
Look at that. Holy, whoa.
I was working.
All right, forget all of it. She's still alive.
Yeah, you were.
No, I
Holy crap.
Wow.
Bring her back.
Well, she's still alive in a way.
Well,
I mean,
I generally don't allow this, but I think Akira had a twin brother
Thank you.
So good.
Again, Hob, for you can drop whenever you need to. I do want to say before I want to say thank you to John Demon Gun Fuller. He'll be back with us for book 1.
Demon Gun.
Demon Gun. Did I say Gund again? Gun. Demon Gun. I've been saying that
It's
for
endearing. It's cool.
Yeah, it is. I tried to give you a little more sauce, man. Some more flavor, John. Give that little French or by the German.
John sauce.
Oh, it was cool. Oh, come on, man.
Oh, come on. That's
You were having a moment.
No, that is what Josh is best at. Josh, bye, Hob. Thank you.
Thank you.
Josh kills moments.
Bye.
Like one of the very first times I met him, he's like, "Blue box, is that like blue balls?" I'm like, "Dude, really?" We're like,
I said it way cooler. It was way more sly.
All right, and so the
It's
admonition
when you
not
go
to
too
kill
low
your
without
camp.
playing an RPG. It's blue boxing.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I'll slide you over here. Let's go to you. Anything you'd like to say, Josh and Vivi, and then we'll let John. Actually, John, why don't you go first, and then we'll let Josh and Vivi go. Anything you want to add to watching book 2, your kind of sideline seat to these last? You've been in for more than just these last 2. You've been watching for a while.
Yeah, I've been watching for a while. I mean,
Damn it.
it's super fun. Thanks for inviting me. I've been like trying to keep John honest with his hardcore DMingness, and I'm feeling slightly guilty for that now.
Will you be like by giving me all the extra bits?
Maybe?
Or just reminding.
Yeah. No, thank you very much. And the community, when they dove in and started throwing in the bonuses and stuff, I mean, it was just amazing. The generosity of your community never ceases to amaze me, honestly. And how genuine and positive and kind all the folks are that you have on your show. It's great.
No, they really are. I want to say, Mad Chatters, thank you so much. Vivi has taught me how to do this. I'm better at it than I used to be. But all the Mad Chatters, thank you. We're going to give you next. Well, actually, since you're the lone remaining survivor, we'll go last to you, Josh. Vivi, you next, and then Josh.
It didn't even work. You did. Josh did the nose game and I lost, but then he gets to go last anyway. Book 2 was freaking rough, man. Like, it was really rough from day 1. But that just goes, like, that's just a testament to you, John, as a DM, to really put us in that setting and really let us feel what it feels like to be in Rolostra. Kind of very similar to like Curse of Strahd, right? Like, you have to get that feeling of just like despair and hopelessness. And, you know, again, like with Rizia, like there was a lot of her just lack of choice. Like she always felt like
she was compelled from the day 1. She had no choice. And I think that was really difficult for her to struggle with for a very, very long time. As her character kind of grew, it's been fun to play her. It's totally different than anything I've ever played, and just totally different for me in general to have that kind of switch where she's just kind of like more of a hard ass and stuff like that. So, I mean, I always to the Mad Chatters, like I freaking appreciate you guys so much. Oh,
like,
my goodness.
You know how many times you guys have brought her like limbs back in place? Like, I've died or almost died so many times, and you all are just like, there is no freaking way Rizzy is going to die, and you guys always time and time again always show up. I always appreciate that, and I definitely feel the love when you guys do that. It's very heartwarming. So,
well, I should note this is the first character that you have ever had die in Greyhawk Awakening. Lilith survived all of Book 1. Same is true for Rory. Gimbal survived all of Book 1. So you two were the only two that had characters never die in the campaigns, and you know that changed today.
Well, Rory kind of died.
Yeah, I was like, come on, Gimbal died.
Oh, that's right, he did die, but that doesn't count. He died right next to his gnome clan hold, and he got to be resurrected. That was a great funeral, though. That was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
I do want to. I've talked to you about this, Vivi, and I want to say this for the benefit of our chatters. He died. It didn't stick. That's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So this mechanism of the glyph and the compelling of Drax. It's the first time I've ever used a mechanism like that. It was a clear story mechanism, very possible for an animus like Drax to do. I will never use something like that again. It was something that it had a very specific purpose, and I think as it played out, I don't know that I would change it. Like going back, I don't know that I would undo it.
Yeah.
But it definitely feels to me like something I would only ever do one time as a DM, because it has such a constricting feel to the players, which I don't normally like to have in my games.
Yeah.
It's like a tool that you would use for like newer players that you needed to kind of nudge, whereas a mature player, they'll find a reason to go along with your plot.
Well, no, and these guys always have. Yeah, that's never the that wasn't the purpose behind it. Was for the story. It was for Drax and what the spider did. And by the way, Rasmus, you know what you're going to run into on the way down.
I know.
What the spider?
He's just going to keep running.
It's just like it just runs right past.
Yeah, seriously, just like.
He's like, "Oh, yours, go ahead." I think the mechanic definitely was difficult and did change the way that I RP'd a lot of different situations. I mean, I think there was definitely opportunities for Rizia to grow in a different way had she had not been on such a time crunch. Like a lot of situations like you get where like the lady's asking for help and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, well, let's go help the village. But like, it's for me, like there was no the option wasn't really there for to explore what Rizia would do in that situation, because her mind was set on, I have a time, like it's like I'm running out of time, I need to get there. And then a lot of it was like, again, it's at that despair, that's Rolostra, that's this whole book too, right? Where it's like, okay, am I gonna make it because I have X amount of time on my hand and I'm on foot, and it's going to take more than that time for me to get there. So what does that look like? How do we get there? But again, I think that really played into and helped me be more brash, I guess, as a character.
Yeah.
Which would normally be difficult for me. Like, I don't really come off as brash.
No, it's true. There were times. Yeah, you could see it there. That's a good point, Vivi.
Yeah.
There were times I could see it affected in a good way how you played Rizia.
For sure, because it wasn't, like I said, like there's pros and cons to it too, but like I think finding like the brashness is not very like a natural thing for me, but like because of the frustration of being stuck and being like, okay, well, I can't do it. So then like, yeah. And then, so then like that kind of came out and helped with the RP as well. So, I mean, like, good in both, you know, obviously there's pros and cons to everything, right?
Well, no, there are. And part of what I'm sad about too, and we'll do a more full kind of book two recap. Maybe we'll start out next week with that because we'll have everybody back. But one of the things I'm sad about was the relationship that was growing between you and Halcyon. Halcyon, actually, you don't know how much you were affecting him. He had been quite annoying to you early on, but he was changing. He was becoming endeared with you. He had never been wielded by a half-orc before.
Yeah.
He had never been wielded by a woman before.
Yeah.
And so for him, this was a very different experience that he was resistant to, but you were winning him over. And there was actually a character development that was going to happen for Halcyon in all of this that I was looking forward to, but it's not.
That was actually really, really neat. Halcyon, just the way that it was and stuff like that. I should actually post her backstory somewhere so that you guys can read it.
Oh yeah, because this
was the reasoning behind the gold and stuff like that. And that was kind of thing too, because I was trying to find like a good moment to really like tell the story of like Rizia's gold and all that stuff, but it just seemed like things were happening at the wrong time, and then it was just like, okay, well, it's now we're already gone and we're out of here, like she's not going to bring it up out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Like if we had like some more quiet time to kind of RP, maybe she would have been able to have a conversation, I think, about the gold and like Rizia's name and why the gold was supposed to be meant for her.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So since some of you have stuck around, we didn't have a level 5 hype train tonight, but we had a level 4 hype train. We didn't get 100. Numbers were low. I think numbers were low across the board today. I saw a Troll Lord number. I mean, I think people who are in our community were just exhausted. We had a super long weekend. Very, yeah, it was a lot. I will show those of you that are here an example of what we'll play when we have 100. I did one. Here is this guy we would have had today. You guys get to see him. I think he's super cool. And I have different ones. There was a raptor on Sunday when we hit 120. Today, you guys get a Triceratops. I have a handful of these guys that will appear anytime we have 100 viewers on our stream. Rizia, again, Vivi, you of all people most impacted by this mechanism. I thought you did a fantastic job. Rizia became a fan favorite, very much beloved, and you played her really well right to the end. I mean, that her final moments were the rage-filled expression of all the pain, all the anger, and all the loyalty that she had to this party, the bond that she formed with Anaho. Just bravo, bravo. All right, Ye Who Ran. Talk to us, Josh.
Oh, Josh, can I cover you so I don't cry?
Hey, I don't know if I'll cry. It was another breaking point for Erasmus. As he's still alive, I will not post his backstory anywhere. But it's like, I'm just imagining the paling Anaho and Akira coming back wielding Halcyon. Nudge, nudge, John. DM brain to another.
Hope he's super annoying to them, just by the way.
Can I roll up that character?
I need to answer the question. Patrick asked, am I falling for dinos? No, I am not falling for dinos, Patrick.
He is.
As my community tortures me, I am surrendering to the will of the people when this is how they get to mock me. When we hit 100 viewers or a level 5 hype train, I give them their jollies. Anyway.
I mean, I already sent John my wish for my book 3 character, and he shot it down rather quick.
That's not true.
I found something online that there's dinosaur druids, and he said no to that. So that gets rid of that. Already pre-kills one of my characters. No, like Justin talks of the very viewers, like you guys, you think John's a deadly DM? If it wasn't for the viewers, do you have any idea how many characters I would have gone through already? Like, honestly, you guys giving out so much of your own well-earned money and time and passion and work just to us weirdos on the internet to make sure our make-believe characters don't absolutely eat the dust. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, having you guys be here, like, just knowing we have friends on the other side of the world, like Natasha, having friends all over the US and South America, all across the globe that are here watching with us and watching as
Canada.
Nope, shut up. That's not a country. It's fake. You're just northern United States. Yeehaw, buddy. No, just having all of you guys be all across the globe is amazing. And have you guys watch us be complete dorks. And especially when I send a super inappropriate joke to just Vivi to try and break the tension. And it breaks her as well.
Yeah.
John, do you want to know what the joke was?
Well, now
that we're no longer in the middle of the role play?
Yeah, that's fine. But, we're still live, so.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, all right,
I know. I just didn't want to stop the role play completely.
Right, go ahead.
Vivi should have muted herself.
I couldn't.
So you said when you were rolling damage for Rizia that you were going to be give it to her soft or something. Or like something soft for you, and I was like, not the only thing soft for you,
Josh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was it. That was it. It wasn't anything crazy.
There were so many ways I wanted to just level you, even with that comment. You left yourself so wide open just then. All right. So, but we won't do that. Josh, anything else you'd like to say? Any final thoughts before we?
Just that Rasmus is not done. Also the other thing, he took that white pebble and just chucks it. That stupid pebble that is the communication.
I know. So, oh my gosh, you guys don't know how many story arc elements are here. I can't. So, because we've had everyone that stayed on so far, I'm going to give you a hint of something that's to come. Josh, you've seen some of this. So, when we get past book 1, for book 3, we're doing a Dark Sun style campaign. So it's in the Sea of Dust. I've already I've talked about this. And all custom minis are being generated, painted. Fraley 17 is doing 3D prints. Have any of you ever seen a Malacrot caravan rider? No, you haven't. Well, guess what? You will. You will see it in Tailspire, but you also see it on the tables. This is custom. You will not find this anywhere in the world, but at Blue Box, we have this is hand created for us. You wonder where all the bits and like we use everything that you guys give us times 10, and we pour it back into the stream. I promise you that. All the gifts, all the subs, and everything that you do, it doesn't just go to help the players. It goes to make the community. It goes to everything that we do here. No, and it goes to John Demon Gun. Yeah. So. Check this guy out. So this is a custom asset created. Look at the Melicott Rider, and what they do now when they create these, they create them with no base height, so they don't have when you do no base, the feet go right to the ground instead of the way
that's so cool.
And look at these Badlands. These Badlands created by Balladrax. I can't even show you.
They're dinosaurs.
They're not dinosaurs. I can't even show you. I'll just show you a bit of a wing here. Just a tease. Look, what is that? What?
Oh, great.
No, I can't show you. I cannot show you.
It's holding an orb. It's got an orb on the right
here. That looks like another TPK.
It's a really big paling with
all right,
wings.
So, hey, look, Dark Sun is not typically the place you go when you're trying to make the game easier, but I promise you, it will not be as bad as Relastra was. Relastra.
That's why he's starting us off at level 5.
No, I'm starting off at level 1.
There is actually one last thing I would like to share.
All right, go ahead.
No. Just kidding.
As Rasmus is running away, running past the spider, whatever, gets to the rope's already either broken from it being cut a little bit. He's getting out. He, in his mind, remembers a moment that he shared with Rowan when she had already died. And he got to speak with her. And the words left unspoken.
Yep.
And he whispers to the wind in hopes that it is carried to those that have passed, his friends and his comrades. Rowan wanted you to know that she is sorry, Val. She is sorry because she felt that she had betrayed the trust of her closest friend. Val, forgive me, were her final words to you. And to you, Razia. She wished for you to remember her as a mother, not as a monster. And give Razia this. As Rasmus blows a kiss to the wind, as she wanted to be passed on, a kiss from her even past death. To Razia, because even in death, she still loved her and cared for her. In those moments that they had, she felt care, honest and true, between them. She said she had married the madman, the fiend himself. I bore his son, a child in sin. I killed the only woman I ever loved, consumed her body as a beast. I aided an evil faction in the slaughter of thousands. But above all else, she regrets hurting Val and leaving you, Rizia.
Wow.
That is why I cannot die yet.
That makes, oh my god, that makes it so much worse.
Yeah, there you go. I was like, John, you'll appreciate this. Both Johns. John squared.
Oh my gosh, because freaking Rizia, when she died too, she even said about her son and did the freaking notch for her son. Oh my god.
So yeah, I mean, we'll talk. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you got
so many words. So many words.
those of you who stuck around, we were done. You got bonus content. You got to see exclusive, world premiere clips from Blue Box that you won't. That doesn't exist anywhere else. And then you got the incredible, story of Rasmus and his final words. With Rowan. We're going to play that clip at the start of next week for those that weren't here and for the other players. So we'll grab that clip. We'll play it next week. When we come back next week, We'll have all the PCs ready for the return to book 1, but we'll do a recap of book 2, and we'll kind of get everybody caught up. We've got a lot of new folks that have joined us that never even saw book 1, and so we'll kind of walk them through what happened with book 1, and we'll reunite with Lilith and with Rory, with Gimbal, and with Josh playing Brim. And Brim. Brimstone and
that's the leader.
Yeah, I guess
You are the leader. Follow the leader, follow the leader.
No, we're not rehash. Oh, why are we rehash? We're not going to rehash book 1 per se. We're going to just get people who didn't watch book 1 caught up so they know what's happening when we resume book 1. Book 1 resumes, 2 weeks after the slaughter of Hamlet, where half the town was nailed to trees and hung, and it was, as you know, it was the dark.
We're just gonna end on such a somber note and then start on another song.
Hey, I'm honestly grateful because it'll be easier to just move into it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and the dark.
When John said he nailed it, he nailed it.
The Dark Brotherhood, was responsible. If just connecting all of that, Halia, it goes all the way back to Halia. Halia started all of that. You slew Halia, but she was connected to Halia, the Dark Brotherhood, and the Silver Chains. And by the way, did anyone ever? I'll just one last thing. Did anyone ever notice anything interesting about the Palelings and Pale Lords?
They have chains. They wear chains.
So yeah,
I love 2 Chains.
If you look closely, they have silver chains woven into their skulls. If you miss that little detail, you still blame Asher and Rob. That all ties in somehow to the Dark Brotherhood. I'm telling you, there are layers upon layers. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and raid in. John Demon Gun, I'm giving you any final word as I get ready to raid.
Say some bad words.
Thanks for having me. I feel like I'm kind of peanut gallery on like a really heavy moment. And I feel really bad now for being like, yeah, hit him hard. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Are you saying it comes off as inauthentic, John? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying maybe I would have held myself back a little bit too if I were one run in the game.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right.
No, we're grateful for you, John. Thank you so much for being here, Demon Gun.
Super appreciated. All the shots were great. I love the joy on your face when you're like setting the place ablaze and you're like, oh yeah, thank you.
Dude, when he opened the door with the golem, I was like, yes. Like, yes
I know. When he opened those doors and that golem was standing right there. All right, guys.
That was a great shot. But I hated it. But it was a great shot.
I wonder what my face looked like looking back.
You threw your hands up and you were like,
Actually, so I was the one controlling the doors. I threw the doors open on Tales. I had forgotten the golem was there. I don't know what my face was.
I sent you a message in Discord.
I didn't see the message. I had completely forgotten that you'd left the golem there. That was like so, and I flew open those doors and I was like, oh crap. All right, we're raiding into Guild Superior, our great friends Dave. Say hi to Dave, running Heroes of Greyhawk, also somebody who raised a lot of money and helped us this weekend in St. Jude charity. Join us tomorrow night for Michael from Feralborn Trading. Really good guy. You want to support him. He's super cool people. Also, we have Blue Box Con just a couple of months away now. All the preparations are in place. We have over 50 people coming. We had to shut off. It's incredible. It's going to be a fantastic time. And again, my thank you to my players and to all of you Mad Chatters. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you so much for all the kind words. Thank you for all the compliments in the chat. Everybody have a great night. Blue Box signing out.
Night, everybody.
Love you guys.